What is happening? And welcome to your Thursday Night Delight. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Sean the Right Way. And joining me, as always, is my good buddy Brent from Brent's Bricks. And my pal representing that West Side, West Coast Bricks. And tonight we have a very, very special guest. For the first time ever, our first international guest, BRICKSCENE, joins the show tonight. Because we are a couple of brickheads. You know what I mean?
We all have sunglasses but you, Sean. What is going on?
We can never get on the same page. It's unbelievable.
How are you the only one?
Even the guest has them this time.
It's just crazy. He even knew. It's just so
prerequisite.
I know.
It's just, you know, one of us always blows it. Has everyone, all four, ever had it? We'll have to figure that out.
I don't know.
Maybe one time.
I'm not sure.
One time.
You know. But yes, our first. I realized that today. So BRICKSCENE is our first international guest. So that's, you know, it's very exciting.
Nice.
Oh, that's really cool, man.
So and for that, I had something prepared. I'm such a pro here. Look at this. We had to.
He's been letting.
Look at that.
Yeah. There he goes. He's standing. Well, you know what's funny is I was going to play the anthem, but I was like, we would like talk over it or something, and so
it's horrible, man. It's horrible. I wouldn't.
Well, it has a very long intro. It has a very long intro. You know, it's beautiful, but I'm like 2.5 minutes without me not talking. That would get weird, and I didn't want to insult your anthem. It's disrespectful. So we bring up the flag of New Zealand. Thank you for being our first international guest, sir.
I'm excited, man. Thank you. Yeah.
We even did math to figure out what time it would be for you. I'm very excited. Scene and I are behind the scenes going like, okay, so if it's 9 for me, 12 for Brent, that'd be Friday for you. Carry the 2. Come on in, Harlow. I know you want to say hi.
Hello.
It's Harlow time.
It's a family show, so we're gonna give Harlow the cans. Welcome everybody to the show. Say welcome to the show. I know.
I want this. Welcome.
Hi,
Welcome
Harlow.
back.
Hi.
You gotta do your check-in every once in a while.
It's our new friend Scene. Say hi, Scene.
Hi, Scene.
Hey, how are you?
CNS and Sean, or
don't poke the bear, please.
he can't hear us. He can't hear us.
Oh my Lord. Oh man. We can't laugh.
You get any new Lego, Harlow?
Huh?
You get any new Lego?
No, but she's got a bear. Check that bear out.
Baby bear.
That thing is sweet.
Hi,
That's a very, very nice bear. You got to have a good bear. It's absolutely essential.
Absolutely, man.
What else do you want to say, baby?
Look, his arm is broken.
Uh-oh. You gotta take him to that.
broken too.
You gotta take him to that guy in Toy Story 2 that has like all the freaking lenses on his glasses and knits him up real nice.
Night.
Bye, Harlow.
Peace out.
All right.
I made a meme like referencing that guy with like all the lenses in Toy Story 2. That guy's crazy.
I saw an explosion of laughter, but I didn't have the cans on. What did I miss?
Nothing. It's fine.
It's fine.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't about my daughter, I don't care what it was.
No.
Okay. As long as it doesn't concern her. Okay.
Oh man. Wow. That's so funny. I don't know. Yeah, he'll see it when he plays it back. It's in the beginning. He'll catch it.
Okay.
Family friendly.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. 100%.
Nice.
Can verify.
Is it just tell me what it is. Is it a comment? What happened?
You just have to wait, dude. Come on. Let's get the show started. Guys, welcome in. This is a couple of brickheads. Actually, it's not a couple, and there's 4 of us. So today we're 4 brickheads.
What's happening?
There's a lot of Lego news that dropped, a lot of leaks, a lot of promo bricks stuff. Promo bricks, Falcon fan, they're all dropping stuff out through the interwebs. I mean, you don't even have to look for the stuff. You get on Instagram and it's there. M&R Productions did a video talking about all this new Lego Star Wars stuff, and he got like 100,000 views in like a couple hours or something crazy. So the hype is insanely real.
People
Even
are
though
hungry for it.
I know Sean wants to talk about Transformers or Optimus Prime. We're going to absolutely. We got actual pictures of that stuff.
Yeah.
But the Commander Cody hype is buzzing. It is buzzing. So, but yeah, I mean, how do you see? Are you really into Transformers? We'll go ahead and just see where you're at on the
Well, no, mate. Transformers was my gig back in the day. I'm
Okay.
old enough to remember the Generation 1 Transformers, the old diecast thing. So you'd think I'd be super excited by this Optimus Prime, but
Yeah,
man, well, I don't want to kick this bucket down the road too quickly, but I've had all day to stew on this, and I've gone from going, wow, yes, cool, I'm really excited about it, to
underwhelmed.
I'm not bothering. I'm not bothering with it now.
See, I don't. All right, so now I don't know if it's kind of because we've had this modern era of Transformers. Now, I've only seen the first Shia LaBeouf movie, but you know, and maybe bits and pieces of the other ones. But I think a lot of us have this idea of not the Phase 1 or the OG or whatever they're calling this version that they did. Like, obviously, it looks a lot more simple, you know, back in that original cartoon than what we see now in the movie. So I don't know if that's maybe
I think it's done really well. I think it looks exactly like the original ones. I really do. And I think it even transforms in a very similar way to the original Transformers as well. But I think it was Cheap Jokes, guy out of Australia, who's one of the RLFMs, and he's done a Instagram video with them transforming it, and it looks like you could blow on it and it would fall over. It just doesn't. Yeah, it just sort of made me go, oh, okay, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Would it be a little more appealing if it was like 140, 150? I mean, I know it's probably different prices for you.
Well, that was the other thing. The price. As soon as I saw the price, that was it.
What are we on? Sorry, Optimus.
Yeah.
I feel that it's expensive. I feel that it's very expensive. For us, it's pricey down here, man. It's real pricey.
Yeah.
Same sort of price as like I'm trying to give you an example.
All right, is somebody surprised though that it's that much? I mean, everything is, you know, with the DeLorean. Like, there's been this run of like $160 to $180 sets. You know, like I don't know, man. You were talking about a high stream earlier. I think what's happening, especially some of these sets that they know are just going to increase in value, especially licensed. I think they're just trying to get a little margin back from resellers. I think they're very conscious of that. You got inflation going on, sure. Lego's expensive, sure. But they are aware of what's happening in this aftermarket, and I think they're just wanting to get a little more margin from themselves on the front end. That's a take. I don't know if it's the right one, but that's what I think.
I just compare it to what else you can get for that coin, man. You know, like it's the same down here. It's the same sort of price as Moff Gideon's cruiser,
right?
You know, and that came with what, 5-6 minifigs, substantial build. And when you look at, you know, I'm doing some reviews on some stuff at the moment. These Buzz Lightyear sets, worst value for money you have ever seen in your life. And I think that's the way it's going. I think everything is getting a little more expensive. I think there's been a realignment recently, you know, readjustment.
It really it makes some of the sets that are a good deal though really makes those stand out. Like the sets that you do get a good amount of minifigs. Like for me, like even though I know that the Mos Eisley Cantina, like to me, is a better set than City Gardens. Like I look at City Gardens, I'm like 5,000 plus pieces, and I know it's an original Lego theme and that has a lot to do with it. But you know, that as just a rough example, like some of those other sets that do look like they're worth what they're priced at and have the good figs, it definitely makes those stand out a little bit more next to some of the sets that, you know, might only get like 3 minifigs. And you know,
do you look at it as, and what happens if I have to sell this later on down line? You know, do you ever look at a set like that? Like I always look at the stuff that I buy like that. And of course,
I have to.
The most, exactly. Well, I've got a family, you know.
I have to.
If S hit the fan, you know, that's.
You know, I wouldn't say that like drives the purchase. Like this set won't appreciate, so I'm not buying it. It makes me feel better when I have that conversation with myself.
And Mos Eisley Cantina is the best example of something like that.
Whenever we need out of that, look, if it's opened or sealed, certainly sealed, but even opened that set, I'm confident I'll get the 350 back if there ever comes a time that I need to. 100%. If not more. You know, that's going to be one of those ones that goes down as a top tier set. It's going to be regarded as a classic, and everybody's going to be woulda, coulda, shoulda the day it retires. It's going to jump probably to 500 on day one, even possibly more. You saw what just happened recently with the Jurassic Gate, and that's not even Star Wars. So it's like, and then you look at the Betrayal on Cloud City, I believe it's called. I personally don't like that set, but it's whatever it is, $600-700,
You can sell 3 or 4 of the minifigs out of that set now and get your entire outlay back on that set. Like that's
right.
That's what Mos Eisley is going to be like as well. You could essentially keep the entire build, sell off half a dozen of the figs,
right?
And you haven't lost a penny. So it's. But the couple of people have mentioned there in the chat, Voltron compared to Optimus Prime. I feel that Voltron is a much more substantial looking thing, and they're about the same price.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess, I don't know. It's weird to compare with without comparing it yourself with things. But I even feel like the $150 like Monkey King mech. I haven't built it, but I've seen a lot of reviews on it, and that's $150. And Monkey Kid tends to be a little bit more expensive, and I feel like that is a little bit more substantial. But I guess I'll see it in the display case at the Lego store. I'm not going to buy it day one, and we'll see kind of if my opinion changes. But yeah. Anyways, here it is.
I already have a date, I think, with our boy Shy to go get this thing. So
like a Lego day.
You guys are all tripping right now. I think this is part of the routine. It's like, it's all right.
If I was a big Transformers fan, I'd be more all over it, but I'm just a way more casual fan.
You guys are young. You guys are younger. I think that's part of it too. Like, because this for me, no. I'm talking to the younger dudes on the show.
Yeah, well, we got the Shia LaBeouf ones, but this is
Max and Brent.
See, if they came out with like a Bumblebee, I think I would be all over that.
Rich, you're probably closer to my age, obviously, and like when we were kids, this was the jam, man. So
I had this.
That's
man.
what I mean.
Had this with the trailer. I had a few of them actually, man. And
yeah.
I mean, look, who am I kidding? I'm probably.
I know. See, you're sitting there talking like you're not going to get. You're going to get it. It's okay. It's a process. We all have to.
Thanks for easing me through it, guys. Thanks for easing me through.
That's what we're here to do.
15 minutes in,
and pretty soon, and something might happen, and these guys might catch the fever. But it's it's not really from their era per se, especially the Gen 1 stuff. Like Brent might have been convinced if it was the Shia LaBeouf, which I think those look like trash. I was so glad. I was so glad to see the G1 version, because that's what we recognize, and I think that was a very smart move, because I think if they had done the more modern stuff, I'm not gonna say it would have been 50% of the sales, but it might have been 50% of the sell through that this would be. If you look at the market, there's going to be major crossover appeal, because again, not that the current stuff isn't selling, there's a fandom for that, but I personally got texts from 3 different dudes that I'm buddies with, and they're like, oh my God, tell me how to get this. Does it sell out? Is it limited edition? They wanted to know the process, because they're used to immediate limited edition sellout stuff through Hasbro, for like Hasbro Pulse, they have exclusives. They don't, I explained to them, like, look, even if you miss it, don't trip. It'll probably be out for at least a year and a half, if not longer, and so like, oh, okay. So we like to say on this show that some things bring the boys to the yard. This is one of those. It's got major crossover appeal, and I think people are going to be surprised. The DeLorean sold out. This will probably sell out too.
They're targeting you and I, aren't they? Let's be
for
honest.
Sure. And even if you just got into, and there are dudes, Brent and Max's age, that are into Transformers too, that have gone back in time and have an appreciation for the OG stuff too. So I mean, that's a whole nother major fandom.
I remember when I was little, I used to think the theme song was Robots in Disguise, like the skies. So it took me so long for my like older sister to be like, it's disguise, not disguise. Like, oh, I thought it's because they fly around. I don't know. I was like 6.
Robots in the skies. I like that.
Literally, I might have said like the skies. I don't know if I was saying like disguise, but like, yeah, no, I thought it was skies. Like when I was like 6. So it's like always a funny thing I remember about when I was
kind of
watching.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, I was gonna say we had kind of a whoops. We had kind of a
Oh my
clunky.
God.
I know we had. Speaking of clunky, we had kind of a clunky opening, and where is it? We didn't. Did you hit all the stuff, Brent? We need people to like, subscribe. We have big news.
Yeah,
Regarding
I mean, roughly. We just hit 300 subs like going into this, so we're doing a giveaway. We're giving a Shake Shack giveaway. So if you're,
we'll be doing that next week on the show, Brent, live.
Okay,
We're gonna be giving away the $50 next week. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. We appreciate it. And you know, it's all because of the Girth Gang. We didn't welcome them in yet, but
we didn't. I did in the chat, but it's not the same.
Oh, you did. You already hit the roll call.
Yeah. Well,
man, I missed a lot. I was gone for 30 seconds. That's awesome.
So damn
I can't do the roll call without you, Sean. I'm going way far back, but Ninja with the Bricks, Doc, Will Harper, Scott Davis, Bricklog IL. I don't know if that stands for Illinois, but sure. El Cobra Commander, Quick Take Gaming, Faith and Misery. I don't know why I said that like I didn't know how to read Misery. Clip Films, Melbourne, Brick Hive. What up? Shout out to Brick Hive for doing the pre-show stream before this. Josh Build stuff popping up on the screen right now. What is up,
See,
Josh?
he heard
Build
the
stuff.
song and he came running. That's
exactly. Sometimes you say
his
name and he pops up. Other times you just got to play the Girth King.
I think he waits for the song to be played and shows up. I'm gonna watch the footage back a couple times.
Put
awesome.
Put the JBS sign in the sky. He will appear.
Guys in the chat, I mean, we've seen a little bit of it, but you know, we've covered Optimus a little bit here. What are your thoughts? Is this a day one? Is it a skip? Is it an eventually? How you guys feeling about this one? I'm just curious what the
it's just kind of a maybe
in the room is.
Yeah,
for you, it's a maybe. What about the chat? Anybody? Rich, we're fake pretending that we might not buy it, but we definitely are.
Might wait for the 20% off.
I can just tell Max says zero unless he pulls an upset. Max, what do you?
It's a maybe. See, I think it's like I'm attached to the new like Shallow Buff series, but I also don't like Optimus Prime. I like Bumblebee better, so it's like if they came out with a Bumblebee, maybe, but it's gonna be a skip.
It's
a prequel lover, Shia LaBeouf lover. It's just so
Hey, listen, I am a prequel lover, but my favorite Star Wars movie is an original trilogy movie. So, I'm sure if I got if this set retires and I somehow get into Transformers and like I rewatch the movies and then I go back and watch the OG stuff, I'll be pissed that I didn't buy this. So we'll see. It's just tough when you try to get every Star Wars set, every Harry Potter set. Those are my two mains, and then Speed Champs, and it's like it makes these ones that I'm on the fence about harder to get when they're like 170. It's like, do I really love this that much? So I knew Josh was going to be a day one. I was going to ask, but I knew he was going to say.
I knew he would.
Yeah.
I knew he would.
It's vehicle related, even though, yes, it's Transformers, but I feel like anything vehicle related, he's on with
Josh,
wheels.
Can you buy two and make one into a Red Bull? A Max Verstappen, perhaps, or a Checo Perez.
I'm sure.
He did a video where he's got stuff. He was like folding a monster truck into an F1 livery. So I want to see if he could pull that off with this.
I still got to watch the F1 stuff that he was talking about on Netflix.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah, I've stayed away from it. Josh knows I'm a massive fan of F1. I've stayed away from that reality TV version of it.
So you do follow it, you just don't care for the show.
I'm a huge fan of Formula One, but I don't want it ruined by the show.
Yeah.
That's.
So do you play any like Gran Turismo or Forza or anything?
I used to be into the rally games, Colin McRae Rally, Dirt, all those sorts of things.
Oh, yeah.
I used to do VR racing, GT as well. That was pretty cool.
I like the serious racing games, but I have more fun on like Forza Horizon and things like that. I need to be more into that. But yeah, anyways, that short sidebar out of the way. Yeah, I mean,
I've got the F1 game. I'm trying to find time to play it. It's just tough with the kids, dude. It's like in everything else going on. But the one that EA makes or whatever, the 22 just released. I haven't even played 21 yet. I got that as part of like a subscription thing I'm on. So I'm going to try that out.
I always find those a massive learning curve, the Formula One games. I'm sort of halfway between. I quite like the serious racing, but I like the arcade version of the serious racing, if that makes sense.
Duck, you only watch the last 10 minutes of the show, the race part. I agree. I mean, it is, dude, they did such a good job like roping me in. It's insane. But yeah, what they do is they spend Brent 40 fit. They're about an hour, right? And they spend about 40, 50 minutes building up. They usually focus on one of the teams or like a major storyline, and then they have that week's race, and it's just so consumable. Like, you know, it's very bingeable.
Yeah.
I think for you, seeing you already know everything about everything going on. You've been a fan for a long time, but I think for like a crash course and the way that like we like to consume drama over here in the States. Like,
I can appreciate it.
They started with Ricardo, you know, like that was the first guy, and he's a ham, you know, like, so it was like he was the perfect guy to bring everybody in, very charismatic, etc. You know, he was, you know, a top 3 to 5 guy whenever it started 3 or 4 years ago. Good looking, so it brought the girls into the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just so well executed, and I believe it was a change of ownership that finally unlocked the potential of that thing. They were sitting on gold, you know, the fact that your biggest rival is your teammate. I'm like, what is that? How? And then I just started watching, and Josh from Josh Build Stuff, he kind of mentioned it on the show, and it was something I was thinking about anyway. I was like, all right, let's do it. And then like within I chewed through 2 seasons, man, and I was like, I gotta get that damn McLaren now.
Are you into that recently? Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, these guys will tell you I was on the hunt because they discontinued it because of the stickers, and all that did was get my not even a pun, got my motor running. So I'm like, I gotta get the one with the OG stickers. This is bullshit. Man, I can't get the reprint. It looks like trash. And
so Josh made you get that. He made me get one as well. Because I said that I wasn't going to collect.
He didn't twist my arm. He didn't twist my arm, but we're chatting on F1, like, you know, in DMs and whatnot. And then I saw his review of it, and I thought it was kind of cool, even though I didn't know anything about it. And then, you know, it was a combination of him recommending the show, him building the set, and then me actually liking it and connecting with it. I'm an old time like wrestling fan, and I feel like not so much anymore because I think it's terrible now. But I found, I mean, it was good for, you know, I think in the 80s and 90s it was good, you know, maybe because I was younger, but whatever. The point is, I was able to connect with the storylines of F1, but then you start learning the nuances and the terminology. Like, I think I told my daughter to box the other day. I'm like, box, which means pit. That means, you know, pull over, chill out. So like, you know, I'm just I'm into it, man. I can be swept up in something, and I think it's awesome. You know, it's luxurious. I'm a logo freak. I always have been, so that's like heaven to me.
Yeah.
Never really liked NASCAR. My whole family, I grew up in Florida.
Me either. And like,
NASCAR is like you go left repeatedly.
Yeah,
and it's just too many of them. I like that I only have to know who 20 guys are. That's very appealing. Yeah. Well, that's why I like the NFL more than college football. I only need to know about 32 teams, not 110 or whatever it is max in whatever it is in Division 1. So like, anyway, all right. Let me sidebars, but yeah. This is interesting. You just added this, and this was just happening on Hive Stream.
Yeah,
we got to talk about this Lego theft.
People stealing Lego, man.
It's crazy. So the story is Hive bought two. I believe they were the Mercedes, or what set was that? What Speed Champion set? He bought 2 sets. Doesn't matter, right? 2 Speed Champion sets. One for himself, one for Ninja. He sent one as a gift. Ninja just opened it the other night. I happened to be on that stream when he opened it. I believe you were too, Scene. And and it just had like a bunch of other pieces in there. And then Hive opened it. It looked like it was the exact same pieces, which is weird. Some of them were similar, at least. And so this phenomenon continues. And I guess my PSA for this is like, guys, check your seals. And the other question is, are we really that mad about punch holes now? Because I feel a little more confident with the punch holes, even though I like to keep a nice box fresh.
Right.
What is your guys' takes on this? Are we going to be double checking here? You think it's a one-off? Like,
I think Sean, I don't know if anyone else has made that point, because I think it's a common thing in the Lego community to just be like, punch holes, that's gross, especially on a big set. Like I understand on a battle pack or whatever, but but like you just can't punch hole a thing. And like now I do understand
there's ways probably
you
but
can
like,
still cut it with a knife if you don't want to, and that's not
it.
to say someone's gonna, like, I've seen Eminard do that just because he wants to keep the box nice, but you keep the box nice enough, you can glue it. So but yeah, it's insane. Like, so when I first knew this happened, it happened to Rich Boy J twice. For Sean always talks about how I always have random things on hand, but it was this set. Armored Marauder. I do. It's just I'm about to move into a new house, and my Lego room is in disarray. There's just shit everywhere. But with Rich Boy J, like the set was still in there, but just the figures were taken out.
Oh, was that a punch tab set too?
I don't know about the tap. If it was tap, no, it was tape both times. It was tape both times.
It was taped. Yeah. Will saying it was the punch tab. I don't think it was Will.
I'm pretty sure Rich Boy had tape each time, because I know specifically he had tape the first time because he was looking at the tape seal. He was like, "It kind of looks okay, but
it was the last copy, right? So we bought it.
And then he went to a completely different.
Yeah, it was the last set scene. So he's like, he had to have the set, and like they had it, and sometimes that's Lego fate, and you're like, oh, they left one for me. You know?
Yeah. But what we just saw with Hive was ridiculous. The entire set was missing, and there was just random pieces thrown in there. Like, that is like the entire set. There was just random, like, just Ninjago pieces, and there was like some kind of Hello Kitty thing. It's as if they just have bulk Lego that is just a bunch of random pieces that they've made sure there's no figures in there of value. And dude, that's a whole nother level. Taking the entire set and then just putting some other random pieces back in
from like a bulk buy. Yeah,
and it's not that only stealing the figures is like only stealing the figures is still just as bad, but it's just the fact that that's on an entire another level. Like, that is crazy.
Have you guys ever sat down and like figured out the science behind what gets the tabs and what doesn't? Because I used to think it was like price driven at first, but it's clearly not. I mean, we're getting into some big boy sets with tabs. I believe I haven't opened it yet, but my DeLorean, I think, is punched too. In other words, it's not just reserved for scene. It's not reserved for in our money currency. It's not reserved just for $40 sets, right? It's on $100 plus sets now. It's crazy. No,
but you get it in some sets, and the same set will have tape. I've had some, like I've seen someone review it and go, damn thumb tabs or whatever, and I looked at mine and gone, oh no, mine's got tape.
So it could be regional.
Yeah. I think it's a regional thing.
So do you think it's related to shrink? I mean, is that what this is? Shrink meaning theft? Do you think that's what it's for, or is it I don't think it's a cost saving.
They started with the thumb tabs, didn't they? With the punch tabs. They started.
I was gonna say my first Lego set. Yeah, my first Lego set ever. It was just like it would be a $10 set now, but it was like $7 was one of the Lego Star Wars sets, just like the dual set of Qui-Gon and Darth Maul. Really small set. So like thumb tabs were very common on small sets, even back, when I was a kid in the mid to late 90s. But like, even for a while when I got back into it in 2015, like you only saw thumb tabs on small stuff. But it's definitely a very much within the last like 3 years, 2 to 3 years, I feel like that they're really working it into bigger stuff. Like even the $150 Porsche had thumb tabs on it. And but to Scene's point, I have held that box in my hand at a Lego store in Ohio, and it's not been thumb tabs. But Mona Now Productions, who's out of Utah, his had thumb tabs. So I even have 501st battle packs that some have tape, some have thumb tabs. So maybe it's something they're just slowly working in to try to eventually be. Obviously, a UCS set's not going to be thumb tabs, or like, I don't think maybe anything over 300, but I mean, working it into sets. Cause I mean, imagine, okay, so Hive, that just happened to Hive with a $30 set, but imagine if someone really went into a Walmart and bought like a $170 question block, took all the pieces, filled it up with just random other Lego pieces, and then someone buys that and is like, holy wow. Like
you'd be gutted.
I would say like double be on the lookout for sets that have, like you mentioned the light cruiser. I think that's like a great example, because that's got a couple of figs in there. You got a couple of $30 figs, maybe max, whatever those are worth in there. With Moff, right? And what's her face? Fennec. So you've got like, at least, I mean, so you got at least, geez, I don't know, maybe $70, $80, $100 worth of figs in it like that. I'm super watching, because
what makes this worse.
And it's got fire figs. Go ahead.
Yeah, but what makes this worse is that it's someone or a group of people within the community. These are not chances. These are people who know the value of these. They know what the value of these figures are, man.
They know that.
That's what makes it worse, man.
Right. The mustard trooper that is in this set, it takes someone that knows a little bit about Lego to be like, okay, this might be the only time they make this mustard trooper again for a long, long time. So I mean, yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. Like that's what's messed up about it is it's.
But you know what's the worst part is like if you're planning on saving the set and you know 2 years down the road and or something like that happens.
Yeah, what if poor old Ninja was a box collector, right? You know, like it'd be an ugly surprise.
Yeah,
10 years down the line.
Yeah.
No doubt. So yeah, I mean, guys, just be on the lookout.
Practice safe sets.
Protect your sets. Practice safe sets. That's what I say.
Oh my goodness.
Sets.
Who said that, Jim, in the chat?
Sean the right way said that.
Oh, you said it.
That needs to be put on a T-shirt, man. That's
practice safe sets. All right, everybody, please. We should make that a thing. That should be part of the.
I like it.
Vernacular here.
Practice safe sets. Let's go.
All right.
Check your sets.
Let's get into Max. I don't know if you're able to drive a little bit with your arm there, but I wanted to see if we could get into.
Oh, you're out of the sling.
Oh yeah,
I'm still in the sling, but if I'm just
taking a break,
I don't need it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Well, don't do anything to put your career at jeopardy, sir.
Re-enters himself on the podcast.
See, we're gonna get to know you a bit better, but it is safe to say, and just looking at the hat in the background and your content, you are a Star Wars guy. So
I like my Star Wars stuff, man. Definitely.
Well, we talked about having you on, and I was like, you know what, let's just do that now because there's so much Star Wars fire happening. Absolutely. And this would say this is probably like a 50% Star Wars show if we're fair. I have to kind of like force in other things or else these guys would
shoehorn them in.
Yeah, they're like top 20 sets involving prequel clones. Go, so like it's a Star Wars centric show. And rightfully so.
Just a little bit.
And it does draw and it brings the boys to the yard, and we all love Star Wars. So anyway. I'm hearing early chatter, and I haven't been able to assess this yet. But people are starting to say this summer wave's like a goatish kind of situation. What are your guys' thoughts on that? It's a high praise from people who usually hate everything. Upon first inspection, that's part of Star Wars toxicity. We all hate everything, and then we go, and then on release day we're all lined up. So, but this one, everyone's like, you know what? I like it.
I think the
rare.
Yeah. To me, I was getting super hyped in the beginning of the year for the fact that this thing dropped because I thought, oh, are we gonna get like a bunch of episode 2 like 20th anniversary stuff? But it looks like we're only getting one episode 2 set, being the $30 Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, which will include finally. I always say this so wrong, but they're the aliens from Kamino, a Kaminoan. I think I nailed. Yeah, I think I nailed it. Anyways, but yeah, we're getting Taun We finally in that set, so that's a lot of hype. There was a little bit of rumors earlier in the year that she might be a mini doll, which I kind of thought would have been cool, but
I agree.
Let's see if we can get some images as we're talking through this.
Yeah, none of this is officially revealed yet, but
visual show. Well, okay.
Something.
You got the magic.
I agree with you. The mini doll thing. It would have been a bold.
Again, but the problem is the prequel guys will complain and say it's only one set. But you got to look at that era. You just got that tank that's selling out everywhere. I'll give you that. I don't know if that's episode 2, 3, or from the cartoon. I'm not sure, but it's in that era. So you got to count that, dude.
Oh, I thought the ATTE was going to be 130. This isn't 100.
140.
Yeah, this might be the process. It's 140. I don't know why that's wrong. But
fishy. Where are you getting your sources, Max?
So this Cad Bane at 160.
Right
Scene, what do you think about this Cad Bane at 160? I think that's a freaking.
That's huge, man. That's the same size as that. Well, it's the same price, obviously, as that.
It's like a Falcon.
The Falcon. Yeah, the Falcon.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. For a ship that's a good portion, let's say, of the older school Star Wars fandom probably don't know much about.
That's what I mean. Yeah, right. Well,
it's a surprise. It's a surprise, but look, 1,022 pieces as well for that price. She's a pricey one.
Yeah,
she is.
And I don't think there's a ton of minifigures. It's supposed to just be it's a decent selection, but it's Cad Bane, his droid Toto 360, which I don't know if that'll be a brick built thing or some kind of mold or whatever. Omega, Hunter from the Bad Batch, and Fennec Shan. So
I feel there's a surprise to come with this one. I feel that there's going to be a twist to it somewhere along the line, where there's going to be a bit of scenery that comes with it, or it's going to be something a little bit different than we thought. I feel that there's a twist to come with it. I'm not sold.
Some big pieces, right? There's got to be something.
Big pieces, but again, just to throw that price tag or throw all that, all that, and on all those cards on the table with the flagship set of the wave. It seems
this has Grievous Starfighter vibes to me, as far as it, and we don't really talk about stuff. We've all generally accepted overpriced or whatever, but yeah, this seems, it's not even so much the piece count for me. It's just like Cad Bane to the mainstream guy on the street. You know what I mean? He's pretty nichey even now, and he was just in a show. That's a lot. It's a lot of confidence to put
unless something's about to appear somewhere. It's going to show up somewhere soon again in something. I mean, could it potentially show up in Kenobi? Is there any way in heck, that it could show up in Kenobi? I don't know. It's based on it, but
it almost has to, like, because so this thing was seen in the Clone Wars, from what I understand, and like that's cool. I don't know, man. Like the light cruiser is newish too, and that's not smoking the shelves either. I mean, I think that's one that sits, and I'm personally holding out, seeing I want to try to get it for, like $120 or something at least. It's gonna happen.
What other Clone Wars sets have they done at that price over the years?
They have
this. I mean, like
it's a big bold statement, man. To be
the TE is 139 or so. I don't think it's 99. Yeah. It's 129 or 139. Somebody in the chat could tell me, but it's the room.
This is an old picture
that's fine. Yeah.
Well, I think
the ST is a 4+. I'll probably get that for my daughter when it hits like $22. I think that'll be
it's got a Wicket in there at least, some way to get your Return of the Jedi on a little bit.
It'll have an exclusive fig. They always do. They have those little 4+ sets to get us adults buying them.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
For our kids.
It comes
I will let her build that, but that Wicket is being matched, and I will replace it with an Elsa or something.
Exactly. It comes with a tree and a speeder too, so that's cool.
I'm into it. BD1 droid. See, again, man, like a hundo.
I'm excited about this.
I am too.
It's cool, guys. It's cool, but like, it's very cool, right? But I'm not buying it until it hits $70, so I don't care. It's cool schmool.
That's fine.
We have this calculator scene already built in our head, because over here, Target, the Thor's hammer, for example, already went 20% off. Was that like 2 months old now? It's like, if you can wait yeah, man.
At Target?
Yep, $79.
Ooh.
So I have a couple gift cards over there. I'm sitting there thinking, like, if I have enough to make it 40, I might just go ahead and grab it, like whatever. But my point is, like, we already build that math in, and really the only thing I'm paying full rip on now is like exclusives with some heavy GWPs. I went in on the land speeder because I happen to think the Baru set's kind of fire. I know it's kind of a mixed bag on that, but you're seeing what's happening. She's already creeping up, and I think that's going to be $100 set US before the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
Not that that's everything, but that made my land speeder half price potentially. So, and I'm not selling it yet, but
See, here's the thing. Let's come back to that. That's the mentality thing, isn't it? You factored that. Hey, that's going to be worth something. You're offsetting.
I'm not going to open that one. Yeah, I'm not going to open it, but I hear you. Yeah, it's our weird math we sell ourselves.
I do the same, man. I do exactly the same, man.
It's a big lie that we tell ourselves, but
whatever you have to tell yourself to make yourself feel
shit
good
goes down and we ever need to eat. I've got plenty of runway with this.
Oh yeah, same.
For better or worse.
I've got a couple of 4+ sets I can sell off if I need to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, stuff I'm real hot on, I'll buy 2 copies of. Mainly towards retirement, and I should have done that with a couple that I knew I'd guess right on. Like the T-Rex was a no-brainer to get a couple of those, and I just didn't.
Yeah,
for me, a lot of freight to lay out. Like be 500 for 2 of those sets just to sit for a while. So my first big purchase getting into Lego, besides my real first set, which was the Lego Disney train. I'm pretty new scene. I've only been in it for I think since 2018, so I'm pretty new.
Yeah,
2018, 2019. Jeez. Anyway, but what brought me back after that was the NES set, and I didn't understand that. I come from the sneaker world where everything sells out and it's gone. If you don't get that Yeezy within 10 minutes, it's gone, and you got to wait till the next one, or they retro it in 4 years. So I'm on at midnight, and the max limit was 2 of the NES set, and I bought 2 because I'm like, all right, so I've got mine, I'll flip the other one, we're good. And I found out very quickly, now you're gonna be holding that for like 3 years before you can do it.
Still on the shelf.
And I could have returned it, but I was like, whatever, it's cool. I already have it. And then they actually said you'd have to pay the shipping back. So I'm like, all right, I'm holding on to that. I'm not paying $80. What shipping's insane right now for that big of a set.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'll just hold on to it until retirement or whatever, and that will do well. I guarantee that'll pay for my set or close to it. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
And of all the Mario stuff, that and probably the block are going to be the ones left standing once the dust settles with some of these.
Yeah, I
think the airship is good. There's only a few winners, I think, in that line. We don't have to go all the way into that. All right. Anyway,
sidebars on sidebars.
Starfighter, banger. I'm so glad that they took mercy on us and have a $30 set. Right? I mean, it's like.
You got to have one in there.
It's really good.
They like to always at least have one $30 set in there,
That one's going to be very similar to the what I've read, very similar to the one with the hyper ring, isn't it?
Or even like the Anakin one.
The yellow Anakin
one, the yellow one. That's a good point. Yeah,
that's an underrated little. I love that little set.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're great sets. Great sets. I've got the hyper ring one.
Oh, you have that one? See, that one's
that's
sick.
The hyper ring one there. Yeah,
I want the ring. Yeah.
So yeah, this is its little brother without the ring. And
I would have went 50 with the ring. I would have went 50 with one with the ring. I don't know what were the originals with the ring at retail.
Oh, I think it was more close to
70.
Maybe.
I don't know. A little bit more than that.
Okay.
About 130 New Zealand dollars, 150 New Zealand dollars. So that'd be about $100 over there.
Okay. That sounds more right. Because it's pretty sizable.
It's not you. That's not a UCS, right? It's just a
no. But it comes with Django, doesn't it? It comes with Django Fett and a little Boba Fett as well. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it comes with 4 minifigs. Yeah. So it's a decent little set.
Let's look at Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. Now this is just going to be another duel on Mustafar, but he's in Vader mode. Is that kind of right? And this is going to be based on Kenobi.
More of a display too. It's supposed to have like a black diorama set,
but no quote.
No quote
is what I've heard. So Sean, they did it for you. Remember when you were hating on the quotes and you were just I hate these little quotes. I just want to take this freaking tile off and feed it to my dog. Like,
I didn't say that. I said
exclusive parts of the set.
You said like throw it.
I probably said I would sell it, and then it would subsidize my set. But then I would be able to live with an incomplete set.
I like the quotes because it's Star Wars and it's cool.
I like the printed piece. If it just had the Star Wars piece, or even like the movie title, like that would be.
That would have been fire. Yes. Yeah. Now, Brent, would you replace the quote with an Empire logo on there?
A 1,000,000%.
Okay,
I agree.
Or give me like a
Jedi in red,
or even like a printed thing of like the poster like that, the movie poster,
the logo. I'm not a fan of the quote. Where are you at on that scene? You take it or leave it. You like the quotes?
I don't really care for the quotes, but
me neither. It's weird.
But at the same time, like you say, if it had episode whatever it was, then that'd be kind of cool,
That Light Cruiser messed up by only having one exclusive fig and one exclusive helmet. I think they messed up because they either rushed it or they didn't get all the information from Disney. That just looks half built, half finished. I'm going to get it because I have to, because I am going to collect everything. I'm too late to get everything Star Wars, obviously, but I am going to have everything Mandalorian because that's been pretty manageable. But there's just we talk about this all the time. Scene 2, it's like, when you're holding out on a set for that long, there's a reason for it. And I think usually retirement will prompt us to finally get something, but it becomes more of a chore than something you're like happy to buy. Brent and I held out so long on the damn A-Wing that we missed it. We're always like, all right, so we'll get the A-Wing before it's done. But I couldn't. And I was like, I'm never going to get all the UCS sets. So why do I want to get one that I care very little about? Even though Jedi is my favorite movie from the franchise. I know it's controversial.
True, yeah.
But I was like, it just didn't do enough for me. Now, Land Speeder, everyone's clowning it. I'm like, I like it. I know I was going to get it on launch, but I am a hype beast after all. But the hype got me at the last minute because we all went in that they were going to get the AT-ATs and I was going to get the finally going to get the light cruiser. And I'm like, I'm not paying full price for this. I don't care what it comes with. I just can't do it. So
I think if Josh Build Stuff had a review of the A-Wing, then I would have bought it. But I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how convincing it. Because I was on the fence
about
on
that. Do you find buying some sets to be a chore? Or do you try to be a completionist? Where are you at with that kind of mentality?
Oh no, I've had a shift recently. Definitely.
Yes, Josh, I'm buying the Razor Crest 100%.
No, I've sort of gone through,
especially
with these reviews coming out super early on sets now. Yeah, like especially that light cruiser that we got the reviews on that like 2 months before it even dropped. And I was just like, by that time I'd been through the cycle of, I'm going to get it. Maybe I'll get it way after the sales. And then there's something new I'm interested in now, And I ended up getting a review copy, which was cool. But at the same time, I was just like,
I'm with you. I think I'm a little bit with the N1, right? Like, so, I mean, like, we're all probably going to get, because it's affordable, first of all. The M1's, is it 60, boys? Something like that? Yeah, the N1's not like a major life-altering decision.
Hype came and went on that thing pretty quick.
The hype came and went. I think day one we all would have been like, yep. But now when it kind of, I'm going to just see it on the shelf one day, forgetting what the release date is because it was so pushed so long ago. You're right. Yeah. Another example, Buzz Lightyear, right? Like that's all started leaking out a little bit. And then I was in Target the other day and it was just, and I was like, man, I'm still going to see that. And then I just saw it sitting there. I'm like, what else is going on? Like, I'm with you. But I do think it also has to do more with, like I said, the sets that go to Target or Walmart here, man, damn near every one of them hits 20% at some point. And you already know, I mean, we have to explain this to our wives and ourselves. And it's like paying full rip is tough, man. And you can take your VIP points and shove them because that's not anywhere near 20%.
I very rarely do it now. I do it if I've got an opportunity to get ahead on the channel, like because being in New Zealand, if something releases on a certain day, then we can sometimes get the jump on people making videos around the rest of the world. But even in saying that, I haven't done that in over a year now neither. I'm definitely wait till I can get a discount type of guy now, and I can get a discount on pretty much anything, even the big UCS sets and all that sort of stuff. I've got a local.
Yeah, we don't see that over here pretty much ever. I mean, what did we see, Brent? Maybe 20. Did one of us saw the A-Wing for a minute for 160, right? And we missed it. Like it's a rare thing, but it's not like a 2-week promo in the middle of its life cycle. Like the only time UCS stuff gets deep is if it's like a total dud and doesn't sell, or when they're clearancing them out. But otherwise, like you're kind of SOL. If you if you think you're getting a Mos Eisley Cantina for like $279 somewhere, like good luck.
Yeah.
Unless you buy one from a shady character off Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to West Coast Bricks.
Yeah. Dude, he's a wizard with finding those Facebook Marketplace buys.
Yeah. Tina Bricks, are you buying the Mando sets? Do you mean you're getting all the Boba Fett? Yes, I am. Yeah. What is there? A handful of Boba Fett sets? They're going to do a Rancor. I think that's going to be fire. I'm a little bummed. It sounds like it's going to be brick built, but whatever. I don't have the old one seen, and they jumped up to like $100 each now because they were just featured again. Man, if we get leaked scripts and just buy up inventory, it'd be fantastic.
Right.
It's funny how it happens, eh? I mean,
we bought all the damn Owens, man, we'd be rich.
The Owens as well. Owen and Thrawn. Thrawn had a mere mention, didn't he, in Mando series 2, and then all of a sudden the prices.
Oh yeah.
So unless this set is total dog S, we're all probably buying this, I would imagine. Obi versus Darth. I mean, how could you pass it? It would have to be really terrible for me to not buy it.
I love dual sets, and like especially the $20 dual sets. Wow, like the idea of a $50 one is just give it to me. Take my money at full price. I won't even wait for the discount.
I'm loving these dioramas as well. You know, I don't know if it's just because I'm more of an adult now than I am.
Oh yeah,
they appeal to me, man. These black, based sets. I like them.
Yeah,
I really like them.
And I believe
the quotes.
Well, I think that style really stems from like really the mock community, and like to see them really kind of take a slice of their pie and incorporate it into the official Lego sets. I'm all about it. So I like them
very good observation, Brent. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, and it's they do great at listening to what's going on in the community sometimes, and then sometimes not so much. But hey, it's hard to know everything that's going on. But
I think it has more to do with listening to Disney's wants and desires.
That factors into yeah.
But there's also they realize that people are displaying these things on shelves, and things like that as well. I'm not going to pull them off to play with them.
They're displaying them on shelves in offices decked out with mahogany and
fine mahogany.
And you put on your turtleneck to build them.
Yeah, I've got my turtleneck.
You got to do it like the last stuff.
I've got Darth and Obi-Wan. I've got Darth and Obi-Wan squaring off. Meanwhile, I'm in the background taking down a Charles Dickens novel or something.
Reading a
with a cigar.
Sipping my rosé. Pretending a female would be interested in me. All right. Tina says that's why she got the Vader Castle. Yeah, smart move. I mean, that's gonna be a banger. I have 2. I wish I had more.
I love the Vader's Castle. I wish I
had. I caught on sale too, right? Yeah, the second one was like 109 or something.
Oh yeah, when you could catch that little Amazon little Black Friday flare deal for like 109 or something like that.
It was. Yeah, I doubled up. I had to. All right, so look, this BD one's cool. I'll get it eventually. I'm bummed that I came to the scene and I'm even bummed I missed the Porg, because I think the Porg's cool, and now it's crazy. If I can find a loose boy on that one for $70 or something, I'll do it. But even the loosies are like 120 now or something. So I'm like, I'll even consider the Dio for $40 or something. My point is, I think it's cool. I played the game. I didn't finish it. It's cool. It just looks so good. I might buy it. It's not because I have a big connection to the character, I guess.
I really, really love BD1. I think it's like one of my favorite like droid designs. Like, don't get me wrong, I love BB-8. Like, I like that new kind of style of droid, but for some reason, like,
can we get the image, Max, of just scroll up a little?
I gotcha.
As soon as I saw BD1 in the Jedi Fallen Order game, I was like, look at this little guy. He's kind of like he's like a 2-legged dog kind of looking thing, or I don't really know how to, like, almost more like a chicken or a bird. I don't know, but I just really love the way he kind of moves around. It's like, what's up, man? Like, I guess it is kind of like a dog, like almost like he's a pet, not so much a droid. I don't know, he's, even though, and I'm not a huge droid guy, like I'm not crazy big on droids, but I feel like in terms of BD1 as a Lego set, I have R2D2. I really want to get Dio, honestly, before it like goes way up in price, which I don't think it will, but I think it would look cool to just like kind of have the droids displayed next to each other, almost like the helmet sets, like on their own, maybe. But if you have all the helmet sets next to each other, it's like that actually looks pretty nice. So
yeah, and that's my thought too. Even the ones that I think are kind of duds, because once they go down that road, it's you got to catch them all. Cena, where are you at on the quick sidebar? Where are you at? Ninja the Bricks, biped binoculars.
Biped binoculars,
Biped. Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Biped.
Biped. Well, there was no dash. Is that how you biped? Okay.
Biped.
All right. Quick sidebar. Scene, where are you at on these helmets? Did you get them all? Do you like them? Where are you at on these?
I'm missing the Dark Trooper so far. That's an exclusive
intentionally.
No, I would get it.
Intentional. I hate it.
But as long as you got this one, you're okay.
Yeah, I've got all of them so far. I don't have Carnage or Venom of those other ones, but I've
Batman and all that.
I've got the Batman ones. I've got the Batman ones. But the Dark Trooper here is at a store that I can't get a discount on. So it's the only reason I haven't got it so far. It's like
full price.
I'm that engrossed in the discounts that I even go and spend money on clearance video sets rather than buying a full price bloody Dark Trooper helmet. So
I still need Darth Vader, and even though he's discounted at our Walmarts for like $15 off, I'm still like, because I don't love the Darth Vader build. It's very, as Max likes to say, the Darth Chipmunk or Chipmunk Vader or whatever you call.
But you know you're gonna buy it eventually.
I got to because I need all the.
I got in at 55. I had a $20 Walmart card. Dude, that's what works, man. That's why those gift cards. It's like a birthday or Father's Day scene. You know what I'm talking about, or you know. I mean, this isn't just for dads, but it kind of is. Like, we're just giving gift cards, like for stuff, and like
that's what you spend it on.
Exactly. Or my wife gets one, and I see it laying around. I check the balance. I'm like, oh shit, that's half a set.
Oh yeah,
those helmets like for an adult collector, man, as someone who just wants to sit down in front of the TV and have a little bit of a challenge, I think they are really good, you know. And you look at that TIE Pilot that you just pulled up, that thing's doubled in price already,
dude.
You know, 3X, man. It's almost 3X. Yeah,
they're the perfect size, 3X, man.
Dude, that's like 150 all day over here. So I mean, and it's funny because I knew it. I have the nose for this stuff, and I'm like, man, I knew I should have bought like 3 or 4. I just knew it, and I didn't. It was stupid. I just knew it because it was clearly the best looking one, and
Boba,
a little bit rarer because it was a Target exclusive. But it was just the writing was on the wall. What can I say? But mainly because I think it's the best looking one. I mean, it just is. It's clearly, to me, the best looking helmet they've done so far. Probably because it lends itself to the medium better, but
yeah.
Anyway,
that's exactly what I was going to say about these droids. I think these droids actually lend themselves to being built out of Lego, even more so than the helmets. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
agreed.
You can get a really convincing looking droid. Like Dio, to me, even though Dio I don't think Dio was a very good seller, but I think Dio is a really good looking little model, you know. And for the price, it's, you know, BB-8 is a much more difficult one for them to get the shape on than say BD-1, you know. So.
Yep. And again, even the Porg, whatever you think of those, I thought that was really well done for what it is. But
no, the Porg's cool.
I think I do feel like R2D2 is a little bit slept on. I think closer to retirement, it'll get the love it deserves. That was phenomenal. Like to build, it was the third leg. I always bring up that third leg. It always gives Brent a chuckle, but that third leg was no joke.
If ever there was a lesson on getting these things, though, because they're great display pieces, man. That's a good example of why you should get these droids. Because
I'm so mad. That guy's out of reach now too, man.
It's stupid money. I got it retail. I didn't even know what I was getting, and then somebody came and offered me double for it a couple of years later. I didn't even realize, you know. And I was like, Jesus, it's gone up that
much. I'm a Disney freak too. Like I would have bought that all day, you know, if it was out.
If that's an indication as to where some of these sort of, you know what I mean? They're almost like life-size droids, aren't they? You know, like, people want them
for sure. What else we got, Max?
I always forget about the Wall-E sets. I think the only one we haven't talked about is yes. Hey, I just want to point this out. I don't know how many episodes ago it was, but it was on an episode live on the air when we were talking about the trailer, and I was like, set potential. I think they're gonna make this freaking Inquisitor ship because it looks awesome. It's gonna be super, super sick.
Banger figs.
Banger figs, exactly. It's gonna have all 3 of those Inquisitors, and it's supposed to be an exclusive Obi-Wan. So I don't know if it'll be like an Obi-Wan,
like Obi-Wan and a Ben Kenobi.
And a Ben.
No, not with it, but this one's gonna have an Obi-Wan or a Ben.
Obi-Wan is Ben. I'm stupid.
But but they're gonna have like 2 different robes and called Ben Kenobi and Obi-Wan. So
and again, like let's go back to, we don't have to go back, I'm saying verbally. Let's go back to Cad Bane for just a second here. This set is gonna sell out with a quickness. It's gonna be
sick.
It's gonna be in and off shelves.
Like 150 right now.
It's old school enough to bring maybe guys like us in. This just looks and feels like Star Wars. We're gonna all be hyped up. We're gonna be this doesn't have the stank of some of those prequel chips.
Easy there.
Stank.
No, I do get that. I'm really
Yeah.
upset. People are walking around acting like this ATTE is a work of art. It just looks like trash to me, but I'll buy it. Anyway,
the prequels are better than the sequels, no cap.
No, let's real quick sidebar. You guys are conflating something very important here. Revenge of the Sith is a great movie.
It is
masterpiece.
It is.
Maybe.
It really is.
Maybe, but it's not better than any of the OT. And
I think it's better than Jedi, but that's your favorite. So I know
it's just not. And then also, but 1 and 2 are like so
Ewoks
you guys are
or
lumping
like
the
Darth
prequels
Vader
into
and-
one movie. You're hanging it all on one movie, and as a body of work, you know,
the OT
it's not as good as the OT.
No,
And
it's
by
not.
the way, there's room
better
for
than
all
the
this.
sequels,
I've
though.
come around. You guys know I'm more of a fan of it than I was, and I'm cool with it. But like, if you're gonna get into like which had the doper ships, it's like go down the street and look at the first 20 Star Wars shirts you see, and that'll give you all the answers you need.
And this harks back to something else as well. That as soon as the very opening scene of Rogue One, wasn't it, when Krennic's ship comes in?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're in the Imperial era straight away. Like I knew that
It
that
speaks to me.
it's
Even
different.
Kylo's ship.
Absolutely, yeah. Kylo
speaks to
Ren's
me.
ship speaks to me as well. Yeah.
So it was just like there was too much luxury. It was like, when was this a luxury yacht? You know, although what's Padme's ship, that chrome joint, I'd buy that with a quickness if they
and that Crimson Dawn ship or whatever it was at the end of Solo, wasn't it? That was a floating yacht, wasn't it? That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, dogging the prequels aside, I think we all agree though this one brings all the boys to the yard. It's got the look and feel, feels like Star Wars.
Max, I'm gonna fart on his pillow in Chicago. Don't worry.
It's black. Because I'm right, Brent, you know. But it's
squared.
It's just,
hey, no,
I
listen,
hope they have the little red looking out there.
but
That'd be fire somehow. I don't know how
not
they
better
do.
than the OT.
Throw me a light brick in there. That'd be sick. But no, we all agree this is a winner, 100%, right? I mean, this is just
a black Sith ship with some red accents and dope minifigures. Give it
at
to
a
me.
bad batch price, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is 100% better than the bad shuttle.
Oh yeah. It's going to look girthier too.
It's going to be the right color. Hopefully, it would be like if this was supposed to be black, but they used like dark bluish gray. That's like what they did with the Bad Batch shuttle. They're like, let's do sand
probably
blue.
do that so they can.
Is
double
it sand blue?
Yes, I imagine that they've been using
much
it
was the
sand
Bad Batch
green recently.
in
Oh my
color
God.
or pieces? Wasn't the Bad Batch only like 700, or was it?
Where is it? I don't know where my Bad Batch shuttle is. I actually don't have that one. Like, right
I think that
next
was
to me,
about
but
700 and something pieces. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's 9.
You ready
I
for
think the
that?
Bad Batch shuttle might be 900.
Oh, really? Okay.
I gotta look. I gotta
300
look
of them
now.
are tied up into speeders that nobody wanted. All right, what are we?
Yeah,
what else
yeah,
we got?
that is true.
Although I like the lime green or whatever on that. Let's kind of.
Yes.
What is
Look
this?
at that. The ATT
ATT.
Walker.
What a gorgeous.
Everyone is excited for this. Look at that masterpiece. P2 Cody.
There he is.
Yeah, there
So
he is.
Lego,
Oh,
they don't
sorry.
like putting sets seen behind a paywall. They hate
No.
it, right? They hate doing that. Here we are. I thought it was funny. People thought he was going to come out in some $40 set. I forget what it was.
And
Maybe it
aphids.
was this tank that just came out, you know. But everyone's like, "We're finally getting them. It's going to be in a
that's the-
$40 set." And I'm
Wait.
like, "There's no way on earth they're going to put
It's been
this."
happening for the last 3 years, man. Nearly every single Star Wars rumor comes out. There's going to be a P2 Cody with this one. There's going to be a P2 Cody with this one.
Yeah.
That's
But look, I'm happy for everyone. I'll probably get on the hype train. You know,
Oh, you will.
I'm a fan of the
Yeah, it's on his
ATTs. I
face.
think they look kind of cool. You know, they're kind of awkward looking. I like them.
it might grow on me, but I just
Cody.
I have one
Cody.
ATT. I have the one that connects to the drop ship. So that's
I
like
did have the
2000
Bad Batch shuttle, and yeah,
2008 something.
it is
There's
969.
969.
Oh.
True. I was way out.
969.
Yeah,
That's like
so-
69 with like a whole nut. Never mind.
that's a yeah.
That's
not
a
gonna-
that's a whole lot of something
that's a
going on.
menage a trois. That is. That is
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. See, this is the interesting thing about the price point with this ATTs. It's 140, and when all the set rumors and prices were being thrown out there, like whatever, a handful of months ago, I was like, maybe the Cad Bane ship is 140 and the ATT is 160, but that's the
that
other way
would make
around.
sense.
I was like, the Cad Bane ship is more expensive than the set that everyone's actually pumped. I don't know.
Hmm.
Weird things, but I think it's gonna be awesome. And what's funny is you're gonna get 3 212 troopers, and I just so happen to have 3 212 troopers right here. Oh, I got blocked. It's okay. Here I am.
that wasn't on purpose.
That's okay. But yeah, so I'm pumped to get these, man. Pumped to get more of these because I already have a handful of them. So pumped to get
And
some
rumor
more.
has it there's gonna be another battle pack with those. So hopefully
Yeah.
that's good.
Bring it on. They need to do like a different Legion of Battle Pack every single year, which I hope they're going to do. Like, because we had 501st, then we had even though the Mace Windu lean troopers are not canon because they're wrong color. Lean troopers, I know that's the terminology going around.
That's pretty funny.
Lean troopers, yeah.
Lean troopers.
I gotta have them. But yeah.
Purple drink.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the Star Wars. I don't know if we covered everything about the AT&T while I was gone.
Oh yeah, 8 figs, about 1,000 pieces, some change.
It is
yeah,
that's quite a bit for the money, man. I mean, a few of those will be battle droids, which are
yeah, 3.
Right. 3 battle droids, but the fact that we're getting a total of 5 clones and with like 3 212th, whatever the other one is called, it is called
Airborne, I think.
It's an air. I'm looking in my hodgepodge of.
I think it's
It's 8 total figs. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that with
Yes.
2 battle droids though?
3 battle droids.
3 battle droids. Okay,
A
so
clone gunner,
okay.
which is probably the clone gunner will probably have the airborne trooper helmet. Like
it's all right there on the screen what it comes with.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's small.
And
for me.
it's got a side build as well. The dwarf spider droid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of clones for one set, and hopefully it's real. There's some doubt where it's like, what if there's all this Cody hype, and then they're just like, nah, you're just getting the 212 troopers, and that's
I wouldn't be surprised. Or they'll say, no, it is Commander Cody. All we remember is a dude with an
oh my god,
right by the
yeah,
side, you know?
oh my god, oh my god, the community would explode. It would explode.
I almost want it to happen.
Oh my god, it's literally it's a 212 trooper, and with like a tiny different mark. It's almost like, okay, the Snow Trooper battle pack, how it's got like the Snow Trooper commander, he just has like one little notch of blue. They're just like, this is Cody.
On his rank badge or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or he's exactly the same, and they only put a visor on him, and they're like,
they give him a pair of binoculars or something like that.
Right. They're like, all they remember from the movie is an orange trooper with some binoculars.
They remember him looking off in the distance. So.
Oh my! I mean, which to be fair, Commander Cody is not in the movies as much as he is the Clone Wars show, but hey, whatever.
But apparently, one of the rumors was that they made a whole new helmet mold, haven't they? Because the phase 2s can't accommodate the visors or the antenna.
So this is a phase 1 Cody, which I didn't even know I had, but I think I have one, boys. It's got the wrong markings on it, and it doesn't have the gray visor like it does. But yeah, basically, I bought like this giant box, and it had a bunch of just like bags of minifigures, and I've kind of went through them a little bit. Got a freaking Rex. He has the wrong pauldron. And I found the black skirt that goes around him. But I mean, the black skirt's not a super expensive piece anyways. But this pauldron, because it's the wrong one, the actual pauldron itself, literally the piece of cloth goes for like over $60, upwards of like $90. Literally the piece of cloth, because it completes the Rex.
Well, because nobody wants to separate it, you know? I mean,
right. Mm-hmm. Here's what's crazy is I didn't even know this existed, but I have a phase 1 Rex that I found, but the only bad thing about it is the head, or not the head, but the helmet. Look how loose that helmet is. The thing is spinning like a freaking
Look at that.
fidget.
He's got it.
Yeah, no, mine's not, because I'm on manual focus, so it's not going to focus, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the one that comes. That one comes with the old ATT, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have to go through the rest of this box because who knows? Maybe I'll find some of the. He's like, because I literally have like. I have like just like a clone suit basically without a head and a helmet. There's other stuff where I'm not sure if it like here's this 212th trooper. It's like correct. This 212th trooper looks like he has Cody's torso, but like I don't know, it's weird. I gotta keep going through this box of mystery, but it's mystery. But then I found these legs. I don't know where these legs go because they're not 212th trooper legs. They're not like the Commander Cody's I've looked up have white legs, and it's like not the I don't know. So
it's not the airborne one from the Grievous ship, is it?
It's potential. This is the airborne from the Utapau battle pack, as I think is what it came from, and it's different than that. But yeah, I got to do some research and like see what these are, because now it's going to drive me crazy. If like, oh, this is the legs from this figure. It's like, well, where's the rest of the figure? I gotta go through this box. I've been putting off going through this box. It's a giant, huge box. Plus, I got a 4-month-old baby, so
There you go.
Ouch.
Yeah,
That's how busy I've been.
Better you than me.
Anything else on the new Star Wars sets, Max?
Some Andor sets, or at least one so far for the
Spaceship
new
and speeder
show.
bike.
Yeah.
How much was it? 70? Okay.
I'm still surprised they're even doing an Andor show, to be honest.
Yeah.
It might be good, but like I don't know.
Nobody
You have
asked for
Ahsoka in the productions, and then you have Kenobi coming out.
Yeah.
Right. It's like how I feel most people felt
This
about the
also
Han Solo
proves
movie.
this also proves who's directing what sets come out, by the way, which is Disney.
Yeah.
There's always this discussion on like, can't believe Lego decided to make that. It's like, I don't think they did. It's part of the deal. You got to push whatever current media is out. If it takes off, they might do more, I guess, but they'll start with one, which I'm glad that it appears to be his main ship. So that's always nice, knock it out in one shot.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. If we end up liking it, it's a,
they did that with
Star Hopper. It's a Star Hopper. That's funny because that was like what, a $40 set last time they did one.
No,
it might end up being super dope, and the show might be really good.
Yeah, no,
it might be
I'm gonna give it a whirl.
interesting for like the backstory for Rogue One, especially if you like Rogue One. So
I do like Rogue One, so I'll watch it.
Yep. Cool. What else?
I think Alvin calendar.
Yeah,
that's about it.
All right. Yeah. No, I mean, so greatest wave of all time. I guess we got to see what these things look like. I know everybody's pretty excited about it. There doesn't seem to be any like super duds from what I see. Everything seems pretty cool.
I think it's a stretch to call it greatest wave of all time, but yeah, I think
I'm
there's
hearing
something, there's something in there for everyone, though, isn't there? Like that's
top tier. We'll call it top tier for right now.
Yeah,
really good wave.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, the Cody is going to make the internet freak out either way. It's like, even though we are pretty sure it's confirmed, it's like when it's like the day that Lego shows the set and P2 Cody is there in his bright shiny armor, people will be like, our prayer has been answered. Here it is.
I believe it when I see it.
There we go. All right, so we're gonna move to our next segment here, and it's called 39 weeks since Brent's beef with BRICKSCENE. I've removed hate, Brent. I don't think you hate him. And plus, I like Brent's beef. It's got good alliteration. 39 weeks since Brent has been upset with BRICKSCENE. Scene, I know you tune in sometime. Are you familiar with the story of why
Brent has
taken issue with BRICKSCENE, international Lego YouTube superstar?
I'm heavily intrigued.
So I think
Brent, you want to tell the story?
Please.
They always ask me to tell the story. Sometimes
it's
I don't.
Still going though. This beef, he's still very upset about it.
I think Brent's beef sounds cool, but I think Brent hates BRICKSCENE is more like attention grabbing.
Okay,
but I don't hate him. I actually love him. We had a Zoom call the other day and shared a heart to heart. No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. But I like BRICKSCENE actually.
She's here for the beef update.
Beef update. No,
macro Brent. It's all Brent's fault.
Oh my God.
Tell the story quickly.
I need to know.
To make a long story short,
look, we have a hashtag for it and everything. Give Brent his $2 back.
Oh yeah, just play the clip. Just for
Brent's bricks. Not sure what you're talking about there, West Coast Bricks. Hello, Brixie from.
Oh, the new one's even funnier.
Where's the new one?
The new.
So we've been following up. Scene. So the story is, since nobody will tell it.
No, I got you. It was
really
before...
quickly. Let's go.
No, I got you. Everyone kept talking. So
all right, sorry,
earlier in my channel's life, as I was on like the come up, if you will, before I had like 1,000 subs. Okay, here we go.
Go. Tell a story before I do the clip.
Oh, okay. All I did was I was in his live stream and I literally left a $2 super chat and I literally said, like, what advice would you give to a smaller Lego YouTube channel? It's like word for word what I said. Like, I wasn't like trying to self-promote myself at all. And like immediately his moderators were just like, no self-promo, Brent's Bricks, no self-promo, Brent's Bricks. And then like he just was like, yeah, unfortunately, like he could have gave me the smallest, like, don't be lazy and work hard, but no self-promo. Like he was just like, yeah, no self promo in the chat. And like, it wasn't a big deal, but then like M&R Productions, who has like, and at the time he had like 4 or 5 times the amount of subs. And this was a while ago. Like I know Brixie has over 100K now, but this was like at least like a year ago or so ish. And like, I got a straight answer out of Ryan, and he's got like not 1 million subs, but close to 500,000 subs.
Yeah.
And like literally all his advice was like, don't be like Corey and waste all your time playing video games. Just work on videos and like make yourself do it, and don't talk about like working videos. Just like actually do it. Like actions speak louder than words. Basic advice, but the principle of him, he had no problem being like, yeah, man, just work hard and blah blah blah. And then like when I did hit 1,000 subs, like I left him another super chat and I was like, hey man, like thanks for the advice last time. Everyone always does that.
Brixie has joined the chat. Brixie, welcome to the Girth.
First of all,
why you do me like that, man? Yeah.
He 1,000,000% wouldn't word a sentence like that.
I don't know.
Tell me now.
You got the A.
Something. Did you ask that question on one of M&R's YouTube streams?
Or ask M&R?
No, just because I know M&R's YouTube streams. You'd be lucky to even get that picked out. They move so.
Right.
Oh, I super chatted.
You know what I mean? Oh, you super chatted? Okay,
yeah. But it was the same exact thing.
So that was $2 well spent, as opposed to. So anyways,
he's checking. Are you giving Brent's bricks? What does that even mean, West Coast kids?
Did he say West Coast
I won't
kids?
be doing that, Brent. Or I don't know, man. Where's Brent? Maybe.
And so Max has gone on multiple streams of his.
Oh my god!
Asking, Brixie.
I'm surprised you haven't been banned.
He goes through 70,000 super chats. He's like, "Hey, are you gonna give Brent's bricks his $2 back?" And so this is Brixie's reaction. He's like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Dude.
And it's just adding fuel to the fire. He's mispronouncing.
I cannot believe
mispronouncing West Coast bricks. Called them West Coast kids. And he's like, "What do you? No, I won't be doing that. I will not be refunding that too." It's just so funny. Max, we had yet another little snippet. It was a musical performance.
Oh my god!
Do we have that?
Let me get that started.
I'm gonna cry.
But it's kind of taken a life of its own. We've got hashtags for it, and really, BRICKSCENE, there's really no, I would say, hate or anything. I would like to have him on when maybe we're deemed worthy enough to get him on, and I would love to resolve this beef.
If I had
like to cook the beef, and share.
If I had merch,
you like BRICKSCENE did it again. He called you West Coast kid.
Listen, if I
it gets funnier and funnier because you're knowing Brent a little bit. He's like the nicest guy, and the fact that he's like upset about something is just I have to lean into it because it's just so funny.
If I had merch, I would 100% have like a I Heart BRICKSCENE, like the I Heart New York shirts.
Right.
Not why BRICKSCENE, why?
Nah, I would just
to give him my $2 back. Like,
what would be really funny
seller, I think.
if he was like at Brickworld.
Oh look, BRICKSCENE's asking you want to go live. Yeah, BRICKSCENE, DM me and we'll send you a link.
Oh yeah, DM me, DM us. Yeah, we'll get you in here.
But have that PayPal ready, sir. He's expecting a refund.
No, I think it'd be hilarious if he was at Brickworld Chicago and I just like walked up to him with $2. It's like, here, man. Now
he owes you $2. You
know, I know, but like I could walk up to him with $2 and be like, "Will you give me advice now that we're not on a live stream?"
That's awesome.
Now that I've cornered you.
Yeah, it's cool now. I mean, we're off air.
I'm gonna see if I can do what Max is trying to do, but we did have an update.
Oh my! What a music thing. I'm lost when you're talking about
yeah. Let me know if this is coming across. Nah, it's not gonna work.
It's loading, but
okay.
So that newest clip, we played that briefly last week, but
yeah.
I cannot believe it's so funny the way Max like worded the super chat. He was just like, "Hey, just checking in." Just to get him going on the
checking in on that $2 again.
Hey, Bricks, just checking in. Oh my god!
Oh man,
He generally was flustered.
Ninja, if you're here, we're
crazy.
trying to pull something together. I don't know.
We're like 10
guys-
seconds away.
Okay, cool. What do you have? A dial up over there? What's happening? Okay.
The Walmart
I have so
connection.
many things streaming right now, and I do have Walmart connection right now. It's usually this.
What are you mining Bitcoin too? What's happening?
My brother mines Bitcoin, so that might be a factor.
Oh my god!
I bet he is.
Pay for itself. Man.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get some free sets out of that. But no. So, anyways, seeing it's just kind of a funny thing we do every week. I really want to resolve it. Or not, whatever.
The first time we did it, he didn't even tell me. Like it just literally happened out of nowhere.
With the cup of the brick heads, that's a show that you must catch. Wish on the right way, Brent's Bricks and Plus Max. That's West Coast Bricks. So where's all the subs at? Cause everyone is welcome. Ain't no way you could trespass. The girth gang's heavy and it's jank and it's just fact. So if you think of the beef, and then I think you should crush that. So trust that we're gonna find a way for Brent to get his $2 back.
Ninja, man.
Oh my god!
That is gold.
Shout out to Ninja with the bricks. Listen, the original ask. I mean, I'm so happy that West Coast Bricks showed that screen with everything on it. But the original ask was like, hey, can you just do like a little freestyle about the Bricksy situation? But he went above and beyond. He kind of called out everybody, and there's a nice little flow. So shout out to our friend Ninja with the bricks. That was awesome, dude. I was
Ninja's gold,
outside laughing my head off. We'll send it to you, Brent. You can hear the bars a little more detail.
Dude, I love it. It's like straight up acapella, no beat. Like, all right.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we have that.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous.
So Bricksy, we usually just go so deep in conversation we don't actually interview our guests, but like I find your story fascinating. Number one, because of the international flavor, and we haven't had anybody on. I've heard. Obviously I told you I'm a fan of your channel. Everything I know a little bit. But for those who aren't familiar with you, kind of what's your backstory? When did you get started? Did you start as a kid, dark age, come back? Have you been with it the whole time? Just kind of give us a little summary of your experience within the Lego world and how you decided to start a channel.
Yeah, well, I was born in Scotland of all places, believe it or not, and that's I had a Lego collection when I was young over there, and then when I moved here when I was 11 years old, man, and all my Lego was given away. So that was the end. Yeah. That was the end of Lego.
I feel that.
That was the dark age, March 22nd, I want to say, around there. 1989. That was
not that he knows the date exactly.
No, I can, yeah, mate. I tell you now, and then
tell you the weather on that day.
Yeah, it was Scotland, so it was obviously raining.
Oh yeah, true.
But before I had my kids, man, I'd go to the mall and I'd walk past Lego, and being a Star Wars fan, I'd always go, "Oh, it looks pretty cool, man." I always loved Lego. I'd like to get into that one day. As soon as my boy could put two bricks together, man, that was it.
That's what it took to push you over the edge. So you couldn't justify it as a just straight adult purchase. You weren't.
Oh no. Well, when I say that my kid could put two bricks together, it prompted me to go and buy the UCS Slave 1. So it's not exactly. Yeah. So here you go, boy. On you go.
You told the missus it's for your kid. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's 1,500 pieces. Yeah.
But funnily enough, you mentioned before, prior to that, I've always collected things. I've always had something to collect, whether it's been music, football shirts. I used to collect football shirts from around the world. And then I got into the sneakers. I was all about collecting sneakers for years and years.
Yeah.
And I lived in London for a long time as well. But yeah, once the kids came along, and I couldn't be bothered with the whole going to places at midnight, these auction runs to get a ticket to buy.
Talking about for sneakers?
Yeah, for sneakers, to buy a pair of sneakers that were 5 sizes too big because that's all I could get with my ticket number, that sort of crap. So I was like, you know what, I'm out, man. I sold my entire collection to one dude. I was so happy. I put them all up for sale.
I did something similar. I still have a little bit, but Flight Club, right? You've heard of Flight Club, yeah. Yep. So before I moved, I lived in New York City. And I had in a small apartment. My wife hated it. I had a wall of just fire, like old Jordans, mainly Jordans and Yeezys, I would say, with a couple other things mixed in.
Yeah,
it paid for my move back and then some. Like it was awesome, and I knew that's what I was doing with it. it's hard, right? Because it's similar to Lego, I think, in the sense that like you buy this stuff and sometimes you might have the intent to. Now I don't know if you wore all your sneakers, but like I would tell okay, see, I would tell myself I would, but then they'd hit like $1,000 or something, and I'm like, I don't make enough. I'm not cool enough. I don't deserve to wear $1,000 pair of shoes, and so I would almost root for the ones that I really like to stay low in value, so I wouldn't feel weird rocking them. And it was a very sick thing. But man, like it paid for a lot. And so I kind of keep that mentality here a little bit. Like I said, I'll keep some stuff that I don't particularly want to build on ice to help subsidize the addiction, and I think I'm doing an all right job.
I come to it from a totally different way though. I can't, everything that comes into my house gets opened, man. Absolutely.
I've heard you say that. Yeah.
I am not collecting stuff to essentially store for somebody else to enjoy later on. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
If it's in my house, I'm opening it. I want to enjoy it, and sure, if it cuts the value down, then so what? I got my enjoyment out of it. But I was the same with the shoes, man. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't wear a pair of Jordan 7 Bordeaux's out in the rain. I was clever with my shoes. You know what I mean? Like, but I wore every pair, man. I wore absolutely every pair. I like them too much to not.
So I gotta ask you.
I just like to admire them because I was at that age where like, and I live in New York City too. You talk about beating things up. I mean, similar weather. It's like I'm not going to wear, a pair of Breads on the or Concords is a better example. I'm not going to wear a pair of Concord 11s on the subway. It's not happening. You know what I mean? So it was like some of that stuff had to stay on ice. But go ahead, Brent.
I was gonna say I know Sean doesn't like this shoe, but there's been a decent amount of Lego shoes to come out, and like
I wish I liked them. I just don't.
I like these a lot just because I feel like these are way cooler than like the basic Adidas like gym shoe, like the running shoes. I just kind of have the logo slapped on the side or whatever. But the Donovan Mitchell,
I like them.
I love these. I love the heel. I love like the Lego Donovan Mitchell heads.
There's aspects that I like. Yeah.
I tell you though, because I collected the Jordans, right? I had tons and tons of Jordans. That was my thing. The countdown packs, all that sort of stuff. I love all those sort of things.
DMPs, all that.
Yeah, all of those. But I preferred to wear Adidas or Adidas.
Well, they feel better. Yeah.
I'm an old school skater. So I was always wearing Gazelles, Shell Toes, all those sorts of things. So that's the shoes that I've kept. I've kept all my Adidas and sort of old, anything that would sort of be a skate shoe. That kind of thing I kind of like, man. It's just it's not as bulky as a Jordan or something like that.
Yeah,
so I like it.
I liked when it went more towards trainers, runners, whatever you want to call it, lows. I keep touch with it. I know dunks are like the thing now, which is hilarious, right? Because back in our day, nobody gave a shit except for like Tiffany's and stuff like that. But now, like, I don't know if you're seeing it, but like this black and white colorway, they're calling it the Panda, and it's just black and white. We always have little nicknames, but it's like the most basic dunk ever, and it's whatever it is, $300.
If they retroed something tomorrow, what would be your pick? What would you want
of any shoe ever? Any shoe. I honestly just missed it. They just did the Grinches again. I really wanted those damn Grinches, and my ticket was pulled. It was the first raffle I entered in like 3 years, and I won. Size 14, which is rare. I'm Bigfoot over here. They had it, and I just that day, double kids, had things to do, had no way to get to the mall. But if you're talking like something that you would appreciate, geez, from a Jordan, they feel like they've already retroed everything I would want from Jordan. Like they've done all the ones that anybody would care about. Twos, I don't think anybody really likes, if they're honest. Threes, I have 2 pairs currently, so I do have a little bit. I've got maybe 20-30 pairs in boxes still. I have 2 pairs of black cement 3s on ice. I will always have black cement 3s no matter what.
This all sounds like mumbo jumbo to me.
Yeah, we don't have to but it's a hard question.
I'm a big fan of the 5s. The 5s are
what would be your answer? The 5s? Yeah, those are cool.
The ones that came with the black sole, the white with the black.
Yeah. No, those are great.
The classic ones.
Who knows? Depends on what mood I'm in. But yes, I there's so many I like. Like every few years I get a hankering to get the Olympic 7s again. You know, I sometimes want the Raptors again. When the Bordeaux's hit, I forgot how much I love those, and I got those. I put those the Bordeaux's. I put a
skate. I used to skate in a pair of Bordeaux's, man. Like
I just put them right on the feet.
You know, like
I wore the the Chicago ones out of the store that day, even though I knew they were already $600. Like, I'll make exceptions for certain stuff. But anyway, all right, we can get off shoes. But that helps. But that helps tell your story of like you have that collector's mentality, and obviously it translates. There is a lot of crossover with sneakers. We've talked about that a lot. In Lego.
I personally think the Lego collecting game, if you like, and you might want to, because I've said this to quite a few times now on my podcast and to other people, and I think it goes over a lot of people's heads, but you might understand this. I think the Lego collecting game is very naive in comparison to the shoe collecting game.
100%.
Like, you know, people start talking about, you know, not having the opportunity to get rare items, or hey, this is sold out. Wait, have you tried collecting shoes? Yeah, exactly.
These guys will tell you. I've said that 100 times. Like, the Yeezy goes on sale, it's gone, and you know, bots scoop them up, whatever. For people to complain that had 2 years, or you know, sometimes things happen. From what I understand, some sets are only out a year, whatever.
A year though, a year.
I know. There's never been some 11s sitting there, you know, just on the shelf waiting for you to buy them.
You can't just go and buy.
You guys have it good. The only thing people have a beef with, and if they want to whine, and I'll listen to you a little bit, is the Comic-Con stuff. But that happens in every collecting. That's like, other than those little minifig packs at the Comic-Cons and maybe a couple of those little sets. Other than that, guys, you're getting keys to the castle for all this stuff. So I don't want to hear it. Like, sorry, and discounts too, like, and points back. There's none of that shit happening in sneakers.
You never get a discounted pair of sneakers that are going to go anywhere, right? You know.
Like, and they're just whining and blaming everyone else. And I'm just like, geez, Louise, man, you would suck at sneakers. Anyway,
I guess that's why I got into why I enjoy the Lego side of things, because you do, like Ninja's saying, you've got that chase, you've got that hunt going on, but if you want to satisfy that itch, man, you can go down to the store and pick something up. You know what I mean? That you will be happy with. I couldn't do that with sneakers. You know, I couldn't just go down to the store and go, I'll get those.
Pair will do.
It doesn't work like that. You know?
If it's on the shelf, I'm not interested. I only buy shit I can't get. No, I hear you. We do that with Lego, the unnecessary set. We talk about that a lot. Brenton, or the dads of the world have to go get some diapers, and it's like, do I toss a quick little $30 set in the cart?
Absolutely, 100%. One for you, one for me. That's how I go shopping for anyone else. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
even my family.
And Ninja brings up a super good point, because like I really, I was talking to Max and Sean a little bit about this in the group chat earlier in the week, but I really wish they would do another Mr. Gold type of thing, or like I think 2013 is when they put the Chrome C3POs in just random Star Wars sets, like. That would be so, because I love CMFs. Even like, I'm not super into the Muppets. Like, I got them all. I'm not super into Looney Tunes. I love the chase of getting the blind bags. Some people hate on them.
Scratches an itch. No,
Brick Hive loves blind bags. If he's still here, nah, he hates them. But yeah,
no, but you're right. Those chase figures they did 2018, wasn't it? They had like the Harry Potter. They had one. They had the policeman, or no, was it the policeman with the series?
Oh, I didn't know the Harry Potter series had a chase.
Yeah, figure. They had a chase figure in one of was it the second series of Harry Potter minifigures? Yeah, I want to say they had a chase figure in that. I like that. I like that whole thing. Don't get upset if you can't get it, because that's the whole point of collecting stuff. You know, like some have it, some don't.
Got to be something to strive for. You know.
Yeah.
Like M&R got the Gonk droid that I knew he would, because I was man, if I saw one of those for something reasonable, which that was out of my price range, I would have went $300 or $400 on that, because it's like, it's fire.
Yeah,
he paid like $700, $800, and he can do that. But stuff like that that's pretty much our. Those are like the grails of this world. You know what I mean? Those promo items, pretty much. You know, those one-off sets, the in-store displays. Like, that's the only thing that feels sneaker-esque to me, where not every dude, not every Lego YouTuber has that set. And I think that's why I do end up, even though it makes no sense, because there's so much stuff that's going to be retiring that I need first. That's why I'll buy a Luke's Land Speeder, because like I need a little bit of that hit of exclusivity that it was out that day. Like, even though it doesn't make sense, and there's so much stuff in the back catalog I need to get. So I think that carries over a little bit, but Yeah,
I think the other thing
agree.
about
People that whine, it's so easy to get Lego. It's not even funny. Like,
I was going to say the other thing about Lego as well is when you collect Lego, you accumulate a backlog. You know, with sneakers, you open them up. Hey, that's them. They go on the
that's
rack.
what you did. Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, so, yeah, I actually saw what they look like. You know, I opened the box.
Oh, I always look
but you know what I mean? Like with Lego, you know, you go and buy a few sets here and there, man. You end up with a backlog. You enjoy it later. You know, like
yeah, right.
You don't necessarily have to be, I don't know what's the word, day one with everything. I mean, you always get that time to buy something. I feel, admittedly, you know, gift with purchases, but like I say, man, I'm just not that worried about these gift with purchase sort of type things. It is what it is, man.
You've seen them come and go. You know, I mean, it's
plenty of them, and like the Aunt Beru one, I was keen to get it. Don't get me wrong, but I woke up like a little bit late, man, and they were gone pretty much immediately. Like,
talk to me about that. Now, you had your situation. It was here for Brent? It was about 3.5 days we had access to it, and then on the 4th itself, it sold out around midday or something like that. Yeah. You only had a couple hours total, right?
Yeah, I went live at 2 a.m, so that was midnight in Australia time. And then because I think we share the same distribution as Australia, so by 6 or 7 in the morning, because I just decided I was going to look when I got up, and sure enough, they were gone, man. And I'm talking to people online. They're like, "Yeah, I got up at 2 a.m. and I got it." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, man." That's fun. You know, the thing is now that I've said that I don't care about it, someone is actually sending me one. So
I was gonna say, yeah,
the world has a weird way of working
price.
Out, man, you know?
I mean, whether you got it free or not. Like, okay, so I don't know what your arrangement is with that, but like, what would you have paid in the equivalent of US dollars, like 40, 60?
Well, no, 50 US, I guess, would be where I'd max out before.
And that's kind of where she's at. She's at 50 or 60. Yeah.
I feel that it's worth
$100 set. I think you're smart to buy it now. It will be $100. I guarantee it within a year. No question.
Here's my thing, man. My like people are horrified the way I store some of my stuff. My minifigs are all just in a bucket, man. I don't care about minifigs. And
like, put some dime bags on them first before you throw.
But buddy was talking about them before, and I pulled out Finch Dallow out of the bucket. He's like, "You keep that in a bucket?" I was like, "Yeah, it's just with the minifigs." And it's like, he's worth heaps now. I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, he's like 800 or some crazy shit now.
Stupid money, man. Stupid money. But yeah, I'm sort of.
You're a better man than I would have been.
I'm a bit blasé about it, you know. Maybe I should.
Yeah, that's good. Listen, less stress. Why not? Somebody would buy it even if it had a nick in it. You'll do fine. It doesn't matter. Cool. And then, so regards the channel, then what led you to start the channel? Were you consuming a lot of content? You thought, "Hey, I could do this," or how did you?
No, it started on a whim with me and this other girl. Because basically we have some local Facebook pages. When I first started getting into Lego, I didn't even realize that there was an AFOL community. I had no idea. I thought I was just some dude picking up some Lego that I would eventually have to give to my kid, because it's not something that adults tend to do anything with. So anyway, once you discover that there are tons of people out there as dumb as you are to pay all this money for this sort of stuff, yeah, there was a Facebook page. Started getting along with this girl. She actually lives in a different town from me, and we said, "Hey, look, why don't we start going to shows and just filming stuff and putting it up there on the Facebook page?" So she and I both started doing this, interviewing some dudes at shows, and then it just evolved. She hurt her neck. She ended up having like a massive operation that ended up cutting through the front of her neck, stuff like that. So she didn't want to go on camera anymore. She basically couldn't build for a long time, so I just carried it on, man, and
here you are.
Here I am, man. So
that's awesome. What is your assessment of the Lego community as of late? Like, what trends are you seeing? What do you like? What do you not like? Maybe you don't have to name names, obviously, but like,
I tend to watch people like us, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm keen for the.
Yeah.
I'm keen for that. I'm keen for a bit more. I'll tell you who I first ever started watching when I first started getting into the YouTube side of things. It was BRICKSCENE. He was starting around the same time as me, probably a little bit before me. When I saw that dude who was up there, confident, talking on the camera, he wasn't. He'll tell you now, he wasn't confident, but I was like, fuck, if he can do it, man, I can do it. Sorry, my language.
You're all clear here. Yeah,
I'm cool. Okay, sorry. So I thought, man, if this guy can do it, I can do it, man. And hey, there's a dude who has the same drive and passion as me. So I didn't meet him for a few months afterwards,
Right.
But even then, now I sort of gravitate to watching Hive, Macro, obviously, the guys in the UK as well and all that sort of stuff. I'm not one to watch the most recent reviews or I certainly don't watch any of the LAN guys, and I'm not nothing against them personally.
Right.
But I don't watch any of that sort of early review stuff because I quite often want to do reviews myself and I don't want to be influenced by them or anything like that.
Right.
So I do tend to sit around in the live stream community more than consuming videos, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. I think I watch a lot of everything. I don't know. It's just
I do watch reviews, and I will go back and I watch all of M&R stuff, and I watch most people in our.
Are you a Jang guy? You watch Jang stuff?
I was. Well, when you first get into Lego, the first thing you type in Lego, bloody Jang comes up.
Yeah.
What's good is for archival purposes. I mean, if you want to, if there's a set from 2013 and you want to see every nook and cranny, I mean, he's your guy.
Look, absolute respect for Jang. What he's doing on Twitch is it's not my cup of tea, but respect him, man.
Especially for building the UCS Falcon in one sitting. The dude streamed for over 40 hours, like
40 hours in the end.
Insane. I can't believe. And what's crazy is like I kept like kind of skimming through it. Obviously, I didn't watch it live, and I didn't watch every minute of it. But I'm skimming through for like the moments where I like see him disappear for a long time, and I'm like, dude, when did he go pee? When did he eat? Like, I'm sure if I took my time to scroll through it, I probably could see when he like.
Yeah, the scrub feature on a 4-hour vid is tough, man. Or 40 hours.
But like, still, like to me, I'm like, dude, like if I tried to stream for 40 hours, like there would be times where like I'm like, dude, I gotta like.
There's no way.
I gotta eat. I gotta go to the bathroom. Like.
Jang's a nice dude, though, man. He's sort of a guy that just wants to
a nice guy.
He just wants to do his thing, and all that.
He's kind of the grandfather.
He is. I've streamed with him a couple of times, man, and he always says hello to me every time I pop into a chat. So I can't, he's a good guy, man. But I say the same about Ryan.
I think he's good. I find his. I do like him in the stream environment. I think if people are like on the fence or whatever, watch him in his streams because he's such a dad in there. You know what I mean? Like he shuts down. He has a way of managing trolls that I've never seen. It's insane.
And you see,
like he makes them like feel bad about what they've done. Like he really like suns everybody. He's
trust the process thing.
I'm not saying he's like the king of comedy or anything. Yeah, he's not like hilarious, but he's got a lot more charisma seen on his streams, I think, than what comes. His videos are more not medicinal. What's that word I'm looking for? Surgical. His videos are a little more surgical. But they do have a place. And again, I'm new to the scene relatively, and there'll be some sets where I want to go back in time, and I'm like, let me see the butt on that thing from 2015. He's got everything I need.
In the last couple of years, though, as well, that there's been a real shift in how people present things like reviews. Jang, like you said, there's very clinical sort of clean look to it and all that sort of stuff. And I'm
clinical, that's the word.
Not singling Josh out, but Josh comes at Josh builds stuff comes at to it from a different sort of thing. It's not like he's got stuff around him and he's
it's
talking
awesome
about other things. He's off
high effort, very high effort.
High effort, yeah. And I enjoy that a lot more, of course, because it's the entertainment.
Well, he's in and out in 10 minutes, right? And like. And you're entertained whether you like the set or not. I'm watching it. It's like I have no interest in that set, but I bet by the end of it I might, and I know it's going to be a good video.
So that's why Jang's probably not doing. That's why Jang's probably not doing so well because there's an entertainment.
He's got a million. I mean, he does all right, but he
does all right. Don't get me wrong. But
as far as people saying like they're fans of his work, I mean, but some of that stuff is like a little too fast, and there's a little bit too much like. And Josh is fully original. I'm not talking about Josh. But there's a lot of copycatting going on. Like they'll take what's working. What's the guy name? Timmy in it. What is his name? In it. What's his name? Young guys.
Timmy something.
No, something in it is his name. INNIT. He's British guy. Anyway, he does this thing where the words are popping across the screen the whole time while he's talking, and I'm noticing
does that as well.
But there's a lot of guys doing that. You know what I mean? They're kind of aping what's working in other fandoms and just bringing it over, and I'm like, okay. And they're into the Flash and all that stuff, and that's cool. So I don't know. You know, it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in as far as what I want to consume. But I will say the thing that's been great, we started this show, 300 is a drop in the bucket. It's a big deal to us. I'm sure you remember when you were on your early grind, those little milestones are awesome.
Absolutely, man.
But like we had no subs, and on our second show, and he's controversial. I don't know if you know Life of Lego
Absolutely.
at all. Yeah. Actually a really good dude. Our second show, he took a chance on us. We had, what did we have, Brent? 60. It was like an old dusty channel that I dusted off. We had nothing. He had no reason to come on.
Yeah.
And by him coming on, it gave us a confidence. Like, see, I knew these were cool dudes as long as you know how to talk to them. And I'm a bit of a sales guy by trade, and we talked in the DMs and whatnot. And I just said, hey, we're nobody, but we'd love to have you on because I love the shit you're talking about. And that's when he was like hardcore ranting against everything. And I'm like, you have some shit you want to get off your chest. Here's a long form medium for you to do it. And so he just came on and did his life thing, and then I think he helped give us credibility to start kind of, because we were able to finally say like, hey, we've had Jay on the show, we've had such and such on the show, Ninja and Hive and all these guys, and they're like, oh, okay, they're legit. That passes the sniff test. I'll give them a look. Not everything needed that, but it helps, to kind of let people know.
We're going to start somewhere, though, man. I was
no, I know. Yeah.
I have absolute respect for. I mean, my channel. I've put in a bit of work to it, and it's only at 2,500 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, but each milestone has meant just as much as the previous ones. You know what I mean? It's not like it gets any easier or anything like that. You've got to, sorry to say that, but like it's, every milestone, like I think I'm about to, hit another sort of whole number, and I'm like,
right,
come on, and as soon as it hits that, I'm gonna go, yay, like it's,
and then it's like on to the next, right?
On to the next one, man. Look forward for the next one. But I've had, like I said, I've had a bit of a shift recently, and it's like I've really stopped pushing the channel. Like I'm not sort of, I don't care as much about sort of the numbers anymore. I'm more about this. I'm more about the conversation. I'm more about, and I think the whole lockdown, because I was really sort of trying, before the lockdowns, I was trying to push it. And maybe it was half with the amount of people that were coming on board over lockdowns as well. Maybe sort of rethink it, but I just enjoy it now, man. Like I say, I like to tap into people's live streams, join people's live streams, and just hang out, man.
Yep.
What else can I do from New Zealand, man? I can't exactly get to your conventions anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, dude, if you ever come stateside to one of these large scale events, man, I'd love to
I'll be doing it
and say hello, dude.
I'll be doing it, man.
I will say, once we have people on, like I like to feel like, as long as I think everybody's had a good time, right, Brent? I mean, from what we could tell, I feel like we've made some blood here. I mean, at least they're telling me that. Maybe behind the back, they're like, those guys suck, but I think everybody's okay. We had a couple other. Well, that's good. Thanks for sharing some of how you got started. We're coming up on almost 2 hours here. Brent, any other major news you want to hit? Maybe we can hit Avatar next week.
Well, and there's
worth a mention.
There's a couple Avatar sets coming. We don't know what any of they are yet. That's it. I mean, we'll be talking about it in the coming weeks.
Okay.
That's
Pyramid of Giza is coming. That's pretty cool.
There's official images. There's official images.
I can.
I didn't think. Yeah. Well, it didn't matter. I didn't think
it was a backup topic, but like, look, I think it's cool. I do like the Nile here. I think that's cool, right? That is the Nile,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, and if you get two, you can make a full pyramid. Like that's
okay.
That's big boy.
And that was the pyramid. Yeah,
there it is.
Architecture says
show some respect. And then the Nano Gauntlet's coming. Did you get the original Gauntlet scene? The Thanos? Okay. So they're making the red one. Now here's what's interesting.
Oh no, I don't have it.
Believe the price point. So the rumor is it's going to be $59.99 US.
Mm-hmm.
How much was Thanos? Was that 69 or 70?
Yep.
No, 69.
69.
It's going to be cheaper. Scene. When I hear that, I don't know about you, but sometimes it works in reverse, and I get concerned when it's cheaper than I thought it would be.
Right.
I do.
Because like we talked about a lot of times that when that X-Wing, the current one, which is okay, the one that's out now, when I heard how low priced it was, your immediate reaction should be good, but then you're like, no, it's going to come with compromises, you know.
That happens quite a bit, you know.
I think,
I don't like compromise. If it's something I really want, I don't want the compromise.
Yeah, I think part of the gauntlet being a little pricier is because all of the pearlescent gold, maybe. So I don't know if that is why. And then I mean the nano gauntlet's going to be, you know, dark red and red, or you know, it's
they did do a lot of recoloring for the Infinity Gauntlet, didn't they? They
right.
did a lot of and there's a lot of big pieces in that and those colors too, isn't there?
Pieces.
Yeah. So I can always kind of understand, you know, that aspect of you know, when new molds are made and a lot of, you know, things like that, like Dio, smaller set. I understood why it was 70 because you got that massive printed new cone piece for the head. I mean, I get it.
Here's the funny thing about that Dio set we were talking about earlier, and I thought about that. You know, they're sitting on shelves over here, heavily discounted.
Still,
price,
wow,
and no one is buying them. Not even the Bricklink stores are buying them, eh?
Yeah.
If you look at the Bricklink, you can look at the part out value, and it's 1-to-1. It's not even you don't make money on Dio. You know.
Yeah.
So that's why they've all been sitting around and
he's off shelves over here, but I think we looked up Dio one week because I was talking about like how I wish I would have got it, and you can find it places. I think
still,
even maybe a couple dollars under. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Okay, Brent, do you want to get into your new segment, or do you want to do that next week?
We can save that if we want to do weekly pickups, but I mean,
this might be the first week I'm thinking about
that you don't have anything.
There might be something in the mail that I'm forgetting, dude, but I think my Goldberg streak has been broken here.
Well, I think we talked about what we got on May the 4th, but I don't know if we showed it. I mean, we all got our stuff. I mean,
it's in a box downstairs. So I mean, I went land speeder and GWPs, but I feel like that was last week's news. So
I did
say, we are all behaving though. We did kind of make a little pact on that because Chicago's coming, so we're trying.
Fair cool. Save some cash for that.
Oh yeah,
it was like I said, I missed out on the land. I missed out on the GWP, so I didn't bother with the land speeder. I thought I'll wait till my buddy gets it in his store and get a discount. You know.
Well, Well, real quick. I mean, what happened to me was it was, when did the UCS AT was that? It was like Christmas, Black Friday. It was in that time frame,
Black
right?
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, it was Black Friday. I wasn't gonna pull that off. You know what I mean? Like I even had almost half of it, right, Brent, covered with gift cards. I was like, there's too much going on, you know, with Christmas. I just couldn't do it, and so I knew I had to have the Saber. So I just was like, can't do this, but I went on the hunt and I think I got my Saber for 40 or 50 or something like that. It was a pretty good deal
before it hit like 100 at least.
Before it hit 100. And so, you know what I mean? Like similar strategy to what you're doing here. You just got that one piece that's kind of irreplaceable. You know, the rest of the stuff you can pick up later. And like you said, stuff's on sale out there. You'll probably do fine.
That 20% off will pay for the GWP anyway.
For the Baru or whatever. Right. So
that's the way I see it. So,
but I saw what happened to Yoda. I think Yoda's, where's that at now? The Saber, $150 to $200.
Yeah.
So I knew I would do fine on the Luke again, whether I get rid of it or not ever. So I still scratched the itch and just didn't pay the full freight of the AT-AT at the time. But that's definitely one I'll take down before it goes bye-bye.
Yeah. I did get two small things because I got 10 of the 12 Muppets, and I was lucky enough because my Kohl's had one box, and when I went back, they had like 5 figures left. Felt them all up. None of them were the 2 I needed. I needed Kermit. I needed Miss Piggy.
Wild.
And then my Walmart never gets, like, they get the regular minifigure series. My Walmart never got like the Looney Tunes. They got
numbered ones like Series 23 and all that.
Yeah, they got Marvel, but like that's Marvel. So like I didn't think they were gonna get Muppets. They got Muppets, and I got my Kermit. And I got my Miss Piggy. So I was super happy to cap that off.
I got a box. Nice.
So
we don't get
open because now I can't hunt. I can't hunt till I open the box. But I just like the way it looks in the box. I'm one of those guys.
It is a cool little box. I got a second animal too because I want to make the drum. I want to make a little bigger drum set for him. So
yeah,
nice.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think I might have been Shout
Your
out
first empty-handed weekly pickup week.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
See, it's funny because this stupid little
No,
segment.
I did a weird Target something, and I'm forgetting.
Sometimes you're like, man, it's a podcast day. I have nothing to talk about tonight.
No, I don't care about it. I don't care about that. I find it hard to believe. If that's the case, I'm very proud.
That's how my
I went mental this week. I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, here we go.
I got all these, like I was saying before.
All the Lightyear sets.
Yeah, well, I have a.
How do you feel about them now that you've completed them?
Well overpriced. Like this here is just what you were holding there without the edge. Like it literally.
Right.
This is what.
It looks a little girthier though. It's a little thicker.
Yeah, maybe, but it's this is what it comes down to with these sorts of things, man. Do I feel like I'm getting 60 New Zealand dollars worth of Lego in my hand? Hell no. But this was a review copy, so I didn't pay for it, so I'm okay with that one. And same with the 4+ one. But I also got the diorama.
Are you getting sent review stuff?
I get stuff from a local toy shop here, so I have a
little local partner deal or
an endorsement sort of thing. So
cool.
They give me a budget, and I pick some stuff up to review.
Oh, nice! And then you promo them out, and they get some biz from you, and nice little scratch your back deal.
That's the idea.
You don't have to bend the knee to the Lego ambassador.
No, but the thing is, man, is I spend all. This is what I was saying before. Is like I very rarely buy from Lego directly. I wait until my buddy gets it, and I spend.
That's true.
All
that's good. You spend a lot with them too, so that's good. Yeah, I was really wanting the Buzz ship, but certainly not at full rack. I'm not doing that. Like I saw how small that thing was. It's we were talking about the X-wing, and it's like
it's not huge, but this why are they not doing this for little Star Wars sets?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not doing that?
Because in this case, I'll tell you why. They took a $30 set. It's a little bigger than 30. And they're trying to justify, maybe it's a $40 set, and that's going to give you the extra 10, in my opinion, to prop it up and justify.
The cool thing about the minifigs that Will actually mentioned this, Will Harper, is that you could probably use those if you're into your Star Wars mocks to have, like the actual minifigs are really highly detailed, and you could use them in Star Wars mocks and any other sort of space type thing. So, you are getting something there, but if you were to this is more expensive than the 501st Battle Pack here, okay, and that comes with 2 minifigs, I think it is, and a robot, and this mech or this little robot build. It's just when you compare it to what you can get, and that's with the Star Wars tax on it,
right. Yeah, good point. Well, they're all
Keep an eye out on that review coming up. That's going to be a pretty one, I can tell you. It's going to be a massacre.
But that little jet wouldn't have been 30 if it didn't have Buzz slapped on it. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. Right. It's an awesome little build, though. And I have to say this though: the build of this, the quality of the build, and how it's all put together. All
it does look nice. The blue is striking. Yeah, I'll get it eventually.
It's head and shoulders above. All
right,
and of course the canopy as well. That's going to be the classic space collectors are going to love it.
If I can get it in the high 30s, I think I'll.
Yeah.
I hope the movie's good too, because that'll make me want it even more.
Definitely before the movie hits out.
You know what happens though, right? Is it comes out and you like it, and then it pulls an Encanto, and you just can't find the damn set.
And it disappears. Yeah,
that thing is still sold out everywhere.
It is.
I came up on it at a Walmart recently, and I haven't seen it since.
That's like the only place.
Which set are you talking about?
The Encanto house from the Encanto Disney movie.
It's like the
Encanto one. Yes.
Can't talk about Bruno.
Came and went, didn't it? And it was gone.
Yeah, I don't think it's retired, but it's just hard to find.
Yeah, it's a mini Disney castle.
They were chilling it right in the heat of it, like right when it first broke. I've sent the boys pics. I did my Walmart run. I walked right by it the first time because I did my double back just to double check, and I'm like, "Whoa, they got 6 of them sitting there," and I broke my own rule. There was no discounts applied on that one. I'm just like, whoop. Because my kid wanted it and I wanted to build it because I thought the colors were awesome. So but that's cool. So you got the full wave then of the Buzz stuff.
And then the diorama sets, pick those up as well.
All 3 of them.
Nah, we've only got 2 released here so far. We're still waiting for the trash compactor. So
that's weird.
That's a Walmart exclusive here. So I'm wondering.
I saw it in my Walmart today. That's weird.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, Buddy's going to get it in his store as an exclusive. So
that's another one, man. Like
it's another week away, I think.
I know it's overpriced and all that. I think once I see it in person, though, I don't know if I'm going to be able to resist.
The Dagobah set, I built that one last night. That is a cool set, man. I like the Dagobah one. I
like
felt
it more
good value for money, that one, I think. And
yeah, and the trench run, I have no interest in unless it's like half off. I just don't like it. Just because I don't like the microfighter.
I don't think you're ever gonna find a half off, but maybe.
Well, then I won't get it.
Oh, you'll get it.
I know.
You'll get it.
I'll tell you what. If I get Dagobah and okay, yeah, I'll have to round out the damn quotes.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else seen this week?
Nah, man.
Yeah. Under your table, you're gonna pull out Star Destroyer or something. All right.
Just cruising this week. I don't know. I've got my live stream later this. Well, we actually tried to live stream.
Macro,
morning.
Appreciate you stopping by, bud.
That some assembly required, but the software didn't work. So now Sunday stream is my next thing, man. I don't know what I'm going to build yet. So
all right. Well, we'll tune in depending on what the hell time that'll be.
Middle of the night for you guys.
Okay. Well, might be a baby rock or something. Max, any pickups this week, sir?
Not this week, other than the May 4th stuff. But
what is it? Max sponsored by a play button now in the middle there? What's happening?
I switched. I use this new app to use my phone as a camera, as my computer's poopy.
Oh.
Maybe
you
I'll
didn't pay the $20 to remove the watermark, like we don't pay the $20 to remove the StreamYard.
Yeah, the $7.99.
Yeah. What do we agree, boys? When we hit 500, we'll figure out a way to. We got to get rid of the StreamYard, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, seeing I used to be so caught up in like, which I think we're good enough quality for this medium. You know, I feel like we're all in 1080 and whatever, and it's fine. But I used to be so hung up on that I would never get started, you know. And so I was like, I want to earn paying for the premium StreamYard setup before we go spend the $50 a month or whatever it is on there, because that's what I do before. You know, I would get the A series Sony camera, the G Master lenses, and not do one single thing.
That's why I use OBS for my private streams, because I want that quality. You know, I want that.
It's Siri's going crazy right now. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I did. I was like, what is going on?
Siri was tripping.
Siri was mad.
She's mad about my equipment. No, but I do that, and we just get so stuck on it. And that's when we threw this together. We had one name. It was this name. You know what I mean? You get hung up on all that dumb shit. And I was like, I'm not doing that with this.
The simple stuff is the better stuff, man. It's
just getting your reps in, and then you can add layers to it. That's the truth. Like Eminari was like, he's like, my videos were dog shit. I only got good at them because I made so many of them. And I'm like,
yeah, but when it comes to making videos, man, it's always the ones that you spend the least amount of time on, that you feel that was a rush job, and then you put it up there, and those are the ones that do really well.
Yeah,
you know? The ones that you spend time on, and they just drop, and you're like, oh, why do I bother? You know.
I think as long as you've got decent audio and you're not shaky cam, like I think that's acceptable. Because if you look at what's really working out there, like Max is actually a pretty successful TikToker. That's his medium. You know, that stuff isn't as important. People actually prefer like raw. You know, like super polished. Snappy. Yeah. Raw and snappy. The polished stuff, we can leave that to Casey Neistat and all that. You know what I mean? But like the raw polished stuff has its own thing. But it's like, man, I don't have that kind of, and that's why I wanted to do live too and commentary stuff, because I don't have the time to get, you know, sweeping views of a set, you know, like some of these guys or whatever. So it's like, you know, I don't have time to color grade,
and none of us have to edit this. We just post it, and there it is.
I know we do need to keep clipping out stuff, but anyway, I think a few people are just doing live streaming now. Yeah, I mean, like it is less of a lift, I'll tell you that. But we could always add a little production stuff, you know, showing the sets and stuff like that. You got to have a couple, because otherwise this is a very audio or visual medium. You know, we got to bring up what we're talking about, obviously, at the very least. Okay, Max, I don't know if we were able to pull together a hot list or not. If not, it's okay.
It's gonna have to be the 1 week without a hot list. We didn't do weekly pickups either, so it's like
We did.
Yeah, verbal.
Well, we did, but we didn't have like a bunch of shit to talk about.
Yeah, but Scene carried it. That's why we have good guests. What are you talking about? Scene, this is where we would normally do our top 5 sets of the week. We usually prepare, or Max prepares, a PowerPoint presentation of the top 5 sets of the week.
I'm down with PowerPoint.
They don't necessarily have to be the best selling. They could just be newsworthy. They could be retired sets that all of a sudden mean something. Or it could be like an Owen minifigure who, meant jack shit last week, but now he's like a number 3 topic in the community. Mm-hmm. And we didn't think enough of you to pull that together this week, so I apologize. No, Max was out of pocket and we couldn't do it. But we can skip the bullshit. And I think we all agreed from a newsworthy standpoint, buzz, all that. I think Optimus was number 1 this week. I mean, I think that just kind of dominated the charts, so to speak. Any other top 5 feeling stuff, guys? We can just verbalize it this week. Like, clones are still hanging in there. They're probably in the top 5. They're still hard.
Clones are still sold out. Mini Disney Castle is still nowhere to be found. Like,
crazy.
How is Mini Disney Castle over there in New Zealand? Do you see it available? Places?
No, it crops up quite often.
It has
made mad.
my local store in Ohio.
You got it right, Max?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how often do you guys even see it? Even in California, Ohio, literally, I will check all 3 Lego stores in Ohio: Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland. I've never, ever, ever seen it. Like, I'll check the store stock online, never there. I'll check Pittsburgh. I'll check Indianapolis. Like, never.
See, I'd offer to go and pick you one up, but it costs you 3 times the set to send it to you.
Oh, yeah. I'll hopefully
come to Brick World and just put it in your.
I'm sure someone's gonna be selling.
Afraid on you.
Yeah, or
you'll get one. It's fine. And like, look, dude, I think people are selling for like 60, so it's not that outrageous. If you need to, do what you got to do. It's not.
I'm sure I'll find one in Brick World at some vendor.
Yeah, but I think honestly, we could probably pick 1 or 2 of the Star Wars sets, which we don't have visuals on. I just think that whole wave might have been a top 5 item.
Yeah, just Star Wars hype.
Cody himself is probably number 2 or 1. Maybe that's even bigger than Optimus. I don't know. I feel like just because the fandoms, worlds are colliding there, because Transformers, you guys, as you know, still has its own section in all the toy stores and Targets and Walmart. It's a big thing, and it's kids and adults. It's very similar to Lego. They're not doing the volume that Lego's doing, but when those worlds collide, man, it's kind of like when the first Mario set dropped. I think would be a good example. The NES set. I think it's going to be one of those kind of collisions, but I think even more so because this is in the shape of, it wasn't a playable thing, for the gamers with the Nintendo set. This is a transformer that they can build and actually transforms. And there's going to be guys that need to have it, whether they like Lego or not, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, we do need someone to come up with a G1 Megatron though to go with it, don't they? I can't see Lego doing that.
Problem is he turns into a gun. Yeah, he turns into a gun.
Yeah, so I can't see that. Look up the blocks on the horizon, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be a rebreakable for us somewhere, I'm sure.
So we'll see. I think in store will definitely sell out. We'll see what happens online. I do think it's going to be hard to find in store, maybe.
It'll probably do like the DeLorean. It'll probably come in. First wave will be gone. First shipments will be gone straight away. You have to wait a couple of months for them to restock, I'd say.
Yeah, DeLoreans came back for a couple of weeks later, I think. But same. Well, and by the way, I don't think there's any GWP, but if there was a GWP, it would super sell out for sure. Like they just do you like a little micro scale of that somehow or something, which I don't think they do.
Or something.
That intricate, or a bumblebee, something. But yeah, I think we've about covered it. Any closing thoughts, boys, on anything here?
I love Brixie. I love you. I love you, Brixie. If you're watching,
I love your story about Brixie, man. I think that's a cool thing. I hope you managed to keep that level of harassment up. That'd be kind of cool,
It's honestly,
it's endearing. We're doing it on his behalf. He's done with it.
That most recent clip that Max got is just so
cringy.
So funny.
That adds to the flavor, I think.
You're single-handedly keeping Brixie.
What are you talking?
relevant. That's
What are you
you're
talking?
doing.
What are you talking about? West Coast kids.
West Coast kicks, just throwing insults.
The West Coast kids part.
The thing is,
is
he
so
looks,
good.
he looks closer at the screen. He's like, oh, what?
God, man.
Oh man,
I
I love it.
I'm gonna need you to put that clip in the group chat, Max, so I can watch it at my leisure.
That's awesome. And
West
with
Coast
that,
kids. Oh my god.
oh man, Rich, BRICKSCENE, dude, I knew this would be fun, and it was.
Thank you.
Our first international guest, guys. We're going worldwide with this thing. You know what I mean? And you know, we'd like to thank the Girth Gang for sticking around and watching the show. Shout out to all the folks up late. If not, definitely catch it on the replay. Next week's guest TBD, but in 2 weeks we'll have a banger. Maybe we'll announce it next week, guys. So stay tuned for that. Anything, Brent? Anything, Max?
Anything from you West Coast kids?
West Coast kids?
Yeah. Brixie hater.
Oh, on that note, this thing right here has been. I don't have my glasses.
I'm the only one. I've been wearing mine the whole episode, and honestly, I'm
I
just
know
really
you're so
I'm,
cool, man.
Well, I'm so tired, and these lights are just like. So I'm like, I gotta block out the haters.
A couple of brickheads. Smash that like, subscribe. 301 now, guys. We're picking up steam over here, so there you go.
Let's go.
That train's ahead.